what I'm here for.
Friends, welcome to Nature Check's Arda Campaign.
I'm just gonna go home
the
and cry.
show where you come for the game and stay for the science
Beefs between characters
and shenanigans.
Peter's being mean to me.
I've never once been mean to Nancy. That is slander.
Oh boy. Hi.
Hi.
If you're new, welcome. Oh, as usual, yeah, I know, it's been a minute. Nancy was busy, I was tired. Summer is hard sometimes. But here we are. Chaos is normal, you got it. Hi, I'm Sheryl, my pronouns are she, her, and I'm the Dungeon Master for the Arda Campaign. I'm also a PhD candidate doing my last, hopefully, summer of field season for my PhD, studying ecology at the University of Illinois in Chicago. And when I'm not doing research, I'm also a science communicator and the host of the Roving Naturalist on YouTube. And I posted a new video this past week because they sent me an email threatening to take away my monetization if I didn't post a new video because I had such a dry spell. So we're back.
Passive-aggressive posting. You're like, fine.
Basically,
I'll do the bare minimum.
I'm still here. Here's the stuff I'm real busy doing. See you again in a few weeks.
What was that video that you so lovingly put together?
Yeah. What was it about?
Vlogged 2 of the green spaces that I went to visit in Montreal because I was in Montreal for the Ecology Society of America plus the Canadian Society for Ecology and Evolution. Big mashup, smash-up conference. It was fun, but we got to explore Montreal, so we went to the Botanical Garden and also the Biodome, and the Biodome is this cool, zoo type thing that was built inside one of the old Olympic Park buildings, which is really neat.
Cool.
So they just have 4 ecosystems, including a tropical rainforest. I got to see capybaras. They're in the vlog.
Do you make any Biodome references to the film in the
No.
vlog? Missed opportunity there.
Whenever I'm exploring a green space with, another person who knows me, like my husband or my friends, I don't talk in the vlogs because I don't want them to, make fun of me and think I'm weird for talking to the camera the whole time. Anyway, let's get this back on track. If you like me and Dungeons & Dragons, you can also find me in 2 other places besides here. I am a cast member on the First Watch's second campaign. I think we just published episode 7, so please go check that out. And I play an adorable tiefling rogue with a heart of gold and a backstory full of it too. And don't forget that you can also sign up for the mailing list for Treetops and Tarasques, an event where you can come play Dungeons & Dragons with me in Ecuador and hang out with Nancy too. Adding yourself to the mailing list will give you a priority pass to sign up for one of the limited 15 player spots and early bird pricing. And speaking of which, yay, there's Nancy.
Hi, I'm Nancy. I'm an entomologist. It means that I study insects. I live in Quito, Ecuador. That's how I'm able to travel you around all of the beautiful jungles of Ecuador to look at various things, like insects and monkeys. And capybaras sometimes.
Oh, and the river dolphin that you got.
And the river dolphin. Yeah, the river dolphins. Oh. So yeah, come visit us. It's cool. I play a Aasimar. Her name is Kay. She's a roguish young woman, and our pronouns are she, her.
Exquisite. Then there's Peter.
That's me. My name's Peter. I am also an entomologist, which also means that I study bugs, but in a different way than Nancy studies bugs. I do agricultural science in North Carolina at a state university here. And when I'm not doing that, I take pictures of bugs. And when I'm not doing either of those 2 things, I play D&D here, and I play Cedric, who is a dwarvish young lad. And our pronouns are he, him.
Oh. And there's Cindy.
Hi, I'm Cindy. She, her, I'm a science enthusiast and play an indoor and engineer over on Here's an Awesome Constellation on the Weird Things Twitch and YouTube channels. Here, I'm playing Nautia, the water method-ish old lady druid. Also she, her.
I mean, didn't we decide she's kind of ageless? Old
I think we
lady.
did.
Yeah.
She's older than these two, though.
I mean, she's
so-
definitely over like 100.
Yeah, but
Um,
age is just a number in
But
her
age is
case,
just a
I think.
number.
Yeah.
And she is still a party animal.
Yeah, it's true.
Still a party animal. A party elemental.
A party
Yeah.
elemental. Aww.
Hey.
As a Swedish mathematician has already demonstrated that you can hang out with us in the chat. You can use your channel points to help the PCs or create chaos. Remember, we've got that wild magic thing going on. Ooh, cocoa tea. And you can also check the reference section down below for the social media handles for the whole Nature Check cast, as well as a link to our Discord and our updated streaming schedule. And you know that you can find the video recordings of our games on our YouTube channel. Oh, and the audio
Adorable.
versions on all podcast platforms, and you should share them with your friends who like chaos and science.
I think my 5-year-old niece and Nancy have the same coffee
and
mug.
shenanigans. Your 5-year-old niece drinks coffee.
Wow, hot chocolate mug. I assume that's what that
But
is.
does your 5-year-old niece also have the iridescent silverware? Because I feel like that really makes it.
Yeah, no.
I do
She's
kind
not
of
allowed
need to
to
know
have
where you
spoons.
got that.
She's
because
not allowed to have
definitely my
spoons.
age roommate would also love that.
The mug
the
or the
iridescent
silverware?
spoons.
The mug I got here in a little store that's like essentially Ecuadorian Claire's. It's called Funky Fish.
Called
That's
what?
also where I got my
Funky
iridescent scrunchies.
Yeah, can you get your ears pierced there?
Everything.
Oh my god.
No, I think
If you can, you shouldn't.
you can definitely get your ears pierced in the artisanal market for like $3 though.
Sure.
There you go.
I
Why
have
didn't
friends
you
who
tell
did
me
it.
about that one? Never mind.
They survived.
I do need to know why your niece is not allowed to have spoons.
Oh, I made that up.
Oh, it seemed
Yeah.
very specific.
Yeah, she's allowed to have anything she wants, I think.
Oh,
You can't keep Finley away from anything. She does what she wants. She's a powerful young person.
and what I want is for us to get going with this game because it's been a while. So, let's
Yes.
roll that intro, and then we'll be right back. Yeah.
We are and what
Oh,
we're doing.
That's a good thing that the recap is the first thing that I
Oh,
do.
that's so good.
Every time. Hello, friends.
Every time.
Man, the things that get said in the like minute and a half of that intro are just
Yep.
Mwah.
Yep.
Chaos. All right. So let's do a recap. Yesterday, you had a truly hair-raising experience as the three of
Too
you.
soon. Too soon.
Oh yeah, Peter lost his hair.
Not Peter.
Not yet. Just Cedric.
That laugh was so evil, Nancy. As the three of you plus Stominel boarded a seemingly abandoned ship floating listlessly upon the sea. You found some treasure in the ship's hold, but also a strange metal cage with the spell Silence cast upon it. Though you wondered what had happened to the heads of the 4 bodies of dead sailors you found on board, you didn't have to wonder for long, as you were attacked by 5 horrifying monsters with glowing eyes, sharp teeth, and shrieks that paralyzed some of you with fright. After dispatching the monsters, you set the ship on fire, but your voyage was further interrupted by a visit from the Tenebrian Navy. The naval ships had been out investigating disturbances and wanted to know if you all were pirates who had set the Storm Eater on fire. Though your explanation was strange, they eventually let you get back underway. That evening, you sent one of the monsters through your special bag of holding to Thornborough, who has just sent back a scrawled note saying, "Where did you get that?" And that's where we'll begin.
I forgot about that.
What do you think that information is worth to him?
I don't know. We can write that back.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good to me.
You've got the best handwriting, Kay.
She writes, "What's it worth to ya?" Question mark.
Is that it?
With a smiley face.
With a smiley
You just
face.
invented emojis.
Oh my god.
This can't possibly end poorly.
And a winky face next to it.
A smiley face and a winky face.
Yeah.
Yeah,
boy.
he's gonna be
I love
like,
how much Kay draws.
I'm dating someone.
No, it's like the Kirby winky face, the cute one that's like not sexual.
Okay.
Okay. So you write, "What's it?" Wait, what did you say? "What's it worth to you?"
Yeah.
And then a smiley face and a winky face.
The cute kind of winky face.
The cute kind of winky face. And then what?
That's it.
Okay. So you wrote that on a piece of paper or parchment, whatever.
Yeah, and you send it back.
Yep.
Okay.
Back.
Okay.
Make
So
a trade or a death wish, as
Make
the
a
case
trade.
may be.
Yeah. So you send it back through the special bag of holding, and you wait for like a minute or two, and another vibration happens on the bag, I guess, so you can reach in and pull out the next note. This is very convenient.
I do that.
Yes. So this time the note...
Always got my bag on vibrate. It's too annoying when it makes the chime.
You know, we said we weren't going to say the word missionary, but, like, always have my bag on vibrate is, like... Cindy. Okay, so you reach in...
We can't go this long between sessions.
I know.
Yeah,
It's
unmanageable.
too silly.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
It's been weeks since I've been able to be this silly.
Right?
Well... All right, so a minute or two passes and you get another note. This time the handwriting is more like Thornborough's normal handwriting. And he just says, not that important. I just was curious. I've never seen something like that before. It took me a little by surprise, honestly.
I don't believe him.
Yeah, I don't believe that either. Is there like a sense motive?
You can do a
On a-
sense motive.
Yeah.
Sounds
it's
like a lot of
handwriting
malarkey.
analysis.
It's going to be difficult because it's via written, but you can do sense motive if you'd like.
All right, let's do it.
Is that something you're good at?
I don't know, maybe.
It's wisdom based. How's her wisdom?
It's not great, but I put a lot
She's
of
a
points into
teenager.
it, so
There you go.
there you go. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll roll a nat 20. Who knows?
It's always a
Well,
possibility.
I did not, but I did get a 16.
Okay. So to the best of your ability, you think he's telling the truth.
I do not think he's telling the truth, but okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you,
don't
Nancy, can think whatever you want, but, like, Kay thinks that he was telling the truth.
Should we tell him?
No. These guys aren't our friends. We don't need to be giving them free information. Right?
Kay takes a piece of paper and draws like the shrug face and sends it back.
Okay, so you send back just a shrug.
Yeah.
This is There's absolutely no reason for
We could
Nautia
have
to
just
think
not
this is
responded.
anything but completely normal and okay.
If this was a text conversation, the ellipsis would be there for a really long time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he just writes back like, so what should I do with it?
Not our problem.
I don't know. Kate is like draws dollar signs or whatever the currency sign is, and sends that back.
Okay, so you imply that you would like money for the head that you've sent him. Okay.
Money, please.
Money, please.
Money, question mark?
Okay.
Yo, what is the symbol for our currency? It can't be the dollar sign. It's not
know.
dollars.
What happened to my balance of colors?
Is there a
I
name for our
disappeared.
currency?
Huh?
Is there a name for our currency?
Yeah,
Oh,
what's
I
our
mean,
currency?
like, each of the peoples probably has, like, their own, name for what they call it or whatever. We're not getting into the into the economics of all of the different cultures of this
I think we need an
planet.
economist on
What?
our show to talk about trade influences and conversions rates.
Well, I didn't meet any economists recently, but I did meet some very cool ecologists at the ecology meeting who I am super excited to coerce into coming on this show. Actually, no, they were all super enthusiastic about the idea, so stay tuned.
You heard
for
it here,
that.
folks. If you're a cool economist,
We
you want to
need
be on
you,
Nature
apparently.
I mean, I do have a business degree, but I'm definitely not qualified at all. So I survived
There
econ,
you
finance, and accounting. Thank you.
Mhm.
They didn't teach you about fantasy currency in business school?
No, crypto didn't exist yet.
Hilarious.
Bazinga.
I had someone try to get me into some crypto thing recently, and I was just like, not no, but
Boom.
hell no. But
Um,
politely.
but speaking of like fantasy currency and stuff, like that's a thing that we hand wave a lot in D&D because like balancing economies is super complicated, and if
Yeah.
y'all haven't heard of this before, it's something that a lot of people talk about, I feel like, but like World of Warcraft had like a really huge
yeah,
economy problem.
Mhm.
World of Warcraft has been a really great like experimental set for a lot of things because they also had that like disease spread thing that happened.
Yeah.
So
I mean, it's an online community that has existed now for like almost 20 years.
Yeah.
No. Yeah.
Oh, geez. Yeah.
Yeah. Like it came out, like I played in the beta in 2004.
wow.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Shoot. Yeah, it has almost been that long. Because I was
I mean,
like, no,
it's-
that can't be right, because that was when I was in... Oh, shit.
Oh,
Oh no. Yeah. Yep.
Yep. Yeah, so I have not put a ton of thought into the economies of this planet because it makes my head hurt and I don't want to have to like fuss
Well, there's
with
too
all
many
that.
variables, because you have to build
Right.
out resources and
Exactly.
populations and
Yep.
distribution.
I love building and have done it very thoroughly for this continent.
Well, yeah, I do think like part of it is that the having a consistent price for any object across your world makes trade and barter like useless.
Yep.
Right? That you don't have like surpluses and whatever the opposite of surpluses is.
deficits.
Deficits. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. It doesn't allow, like, if everybody values the same items equally, then yeah, like, how do you buy stuff? How do you have trade between towns, like, on any kind of scale? That and having it be in a situation like, you know, like in some video games where you're like, oh, this merchant will offer me more for all of my food goods than this merchant. It's like nobody
Well,
has
and
time for
especially
that.
because it also requires that you build out histories.
Right.
Because a lot of those factors aren't just based on what is currently in that space, but also the history of what was in that space, the history of the people who are currently in the space, the history of the various portions of the economy.
Yep. If someone wanted
So,
to pay me to
yeah.
write a full campaign book for this world setting, that would be great. But until that happens, I'm not going to futz with all of that.
Yeah, sure. In this town, foodstuffs are 20% less
Right.
because they have a healthy agriculture sector.
Yep. Nope. Nah.
And like climate would
with
make a really
that.
big difference too, right?
Mhm.
About like what you can actually
Oh, for
produce in
sure.
those areas and what's
and how
valued and
minerals are distributed under the soil,
Mhm.
Yeah.
right? Like we've noticed that that's a problem in current real world stuff, right?
Yep.
That like certain countries have access to certain materials more than other places do.
Yeah.
So,
So now you have to basically build out the tectonics of the entire planet. Great.
yep. No, thank you.
No, I do like that you could have a party that's like, we're gonna get rich just like moving foodstuffs to the Underdark, right? Because they just like they don't have fruit and
That's so
vegetables.
smart. I love
Right?
that as like a one-shot idea. That's great.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure there are
They
one
run
shots
a
based
food
on.
truck.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
We're selling apple slices for 50 gold
Fantasy
each.
food truck.
Yeah.
Fantasy food truck. Okay. Anyway.
Uh-oh.
We are so off the rails right now. Okay. So you sent him the equivalent of like implying that
dollar
you would,
signs.
the equivalent of dollar signs, implying that you would like money off of your debt amount for this strange head. And you send that note, and some time goes by. Are you just going to stay up and wait for the note, or are you all gonna go to sleep and figure this out later?
What time is it?
It was pretty late in the evening, cause like Claude swapped jobs with Vinalda, so now she's steering, and then he gave Cedric a shave, and then he went to bed, and you all chatted with Vinalda for a while, and then you came back down to where Cedric was hanging out and did this whole exchange with the bag. So it's into
Does the
evening
bag
quite
have
bit.
a do
I'm
not
beat.
disturb mode?
No, I just make sure it's not touching my body, but it's silent, so it's not like it's gonna wake
But
me
it
up. or anything
vibrates.
like-
It vibrates. Whatever. Like if
Yeah.
something vibrates on the table, it makes a loud
But
noise.
it's a soft bag. It's not like a hard
that is true.
square piece of plastic and glass,
That
or
is-
anything like
okay,
that.
yeah.
Like, yeah, it's I feel like Cedric is the kind of guy that just like piles his clothes on the ground in a big heap and like bag on top. So
Okay.
it's well cushioned too.
Who's taking care of Carl?
I will.
Okay.
That is Kay's responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. She brought him home. She's got to water him.
It's like when you get your child a pet, you're like, you have to feed and take care of it, and then like 2
Mhm.
weeks later, it's actually your pet.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mhm. All right. So Cedric has tossed the bag in his pile of clothes. Kay is taking care of Carl, the blessed crab. Oh man. I didn't do this. You did this.
Mhm.
I didn't
I
tell you
feel
to
like
put
we could
crab
sell a
in the-
scam with Carl the
temple.
crab. Like, be blessed, be touched by this
You
crab.
guys definitely talked about that last episode too.
I feel like that is the most. If a rogue is gonna have a familiar, that's gonna be the purpose of the familiar, right?
Just to run
It's like-
scams. Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Start a cult.
I mean, it's a sandbox world. You do you, man.
Yep. Yep.
I'm
Carl just keeps getting bigger and bigger. There's no like upper limit of his
Oh,
size.
and we switched the system to Call of Cthulhu. It's fine.
Yes.
Different kind of game.
All right. So does that mean you all are going snoozelies otherwise?
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. So the night passes. You regain hit points commensurate with your level and ability scores as well, if that was a thing that you needed after the combat. Squinting is happening.
Yeah, I think I'm good. I don't think I had.
Oh,
Yeah.
where was I on?
People definitely got hurt.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I can jump into the ocean to
Right, exactly. You're
heal, so.
yeah.
I did not
Yeah.
get hurt significantly
Oh, well,
because
there you go.
I dodged the licking and
Yes,
stuff.
you did not get kissed.
Yeah, I guess I did too, because I
Cedric
only
got
took a
kissed.
few hit points.
Yep. All right. Well, in that case, it is the next morning. What would y'all like to do?
I'm gonna check the bag.
Okay. So how are you checking the bag? I guess you just like rummaging around inside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Why are you asking it like that?
Because you can also flip a bag of holding inside out to make all the contents fall out.
Yeah, I guess I'm looking for another note.
Okay, yeah, so you rummage around inside and you find another note where it says, sorry about the delay, had to talk to a colleague. I would be happy to take 1,500 gold off your debt.
God damn!
Booyah!
How much was that?
1,500.
Okay.
Nice.
What did we do with the rest of them?
They were left on the burning ship.
I told you we should take them. No one listened to me.
Well, I think you also talked about this last episode that they were very, like, a lot of them were smashed quite a bit. This was the, like,
yeah.
nicest one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were 2 that were remotely recognizable when we were done.
Yeah. So
And I think possibly the second one had been covered in acid. That might have been
Maybe.
my contribution.
in any case, that is the note that he sends back. Had to confer
Alright.
with a colleague, but happy to offer 1,500 off of your debt.
I will write
Thanks.
thanks on the on the piece of paper and send it back.
Kay adds a smiley face.
Okay.
It's in clearly different handwriting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
So we just need 30 more of those and we'll be good.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
hope
Not
we
quite
don't
For
run.
more
30.
creepy, weird shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I hope we don't run into 30 more of those things.
At the same
Just not all at
Yeah.
once.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do I have any stubble? It's been like 12 hours now. Has my beard grown back at all?
I mean, as much as a face that was freshly shaven at like 7 or 8 p.m. would be the next morning. You tell
Yeah,
me.
how
I don't
quickly
have
does
facial
your-
hair.
Yeah, how quickly does your beard grow in?
Yeah.
I
I mean, he is a dwarf, so, like...
yeah, I feel like I would be able to like rub my finger against it and like feel like
Oh, you got a little fuzzy.
a little, bristly,
Yeah.
like you maybe couldn't see it, but like,
Well,
that's
right,
the
'cause, like-
equivalent of a 5 o'clock shadow.
Right, because it got shaved last night, so, yeah. That would make sense. Cool.
Yeah.
So, what are you doing? Just hanging out in the hold? Laying in your
Yeah, we're
bunks
like
all
still
day?
going north, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's sort of first thing in the morning you see Nautia clearly doing the equivalent, like what should be her normal meditation, but she's clearly like scowling and thinking extremely hard because she has guessed wrong the last several
no.
days. So she's sitting there clearly doing some complex mathematical equations in her head, and it's really difficult.
Oh, no.
As I'm sitting here actually going through my spell cards, going like,
What do I need?
okay, so I didn't do this one, and then I ended up meeting. Okay, but I do still want. Okay, we're putting Shillelagh back in the mix, but also how about
Create water seems like a good idea. Anybody else doing anything else while Nadia is concentrating hard on her spell prep?
No, I just prepare the same spells I do every day.
Cool.
Kay is
If it
playing
ain't
with
broke.
Carl.
You're playing
And
with
pigs.
Carl. Okay.
How do you play with a crab?
You like wiggle some meat in front of it and watch it try and grab it with its little claws. And you eventually let it win. And then you give it a pet, obviously. And you tell it that it's the good boy. Duh.
Is it a good boy though?
It is. Have you ever met a not good boy crab?
I mean, I worked in crab research for like 2 years, and I processed over 30,000 crabs. So statistically, one of them had to be a bad boy.
Just pictured a
Well,
crab in a
Carl is
leather
blessed.
jacket, so, you know.
Yeah. I
And
had
blessed crab cannot be bad boys.
What?
oh yeah he was blessed by
Cursed
a
otherwise.
he's blessed by a good deity too.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like, mhm.
Well, technically, it's if you're assuming that this is the magic of the nature gods, one of them is true neutral, and the other, I think, is neutral good.
Yeah,
Sounds like a
that
good
sounds
boy
like
to me.
nature deities to me.
Exactly. Yeah, that's actually one of my favorite things about Obadhai is that he's listed as being true neutral because, like, nature is neutral, right? Like, death happens, but death isn't bad, and I hate that, like, the god of death in the handbook, at least the one I'm using, is bad or whatever. And it's like, death is not inherently bad. and decomposition is part of death and nature.
Great
and
circle
whatever.
of life.
So, yeah, I like that Obadiah is true neutral. And, yeah, Alana is neutral good, but, you know. So you're all just hanging out in the hole doing your various spell preps and crab training or whatever.
Can they
you wanna-
train
Yeah.
the crab?
We'll talk about that. Do you have any ranks in animal handling?
Hold
Ranks.
on.
Do you have?
Ranks.
Did you spend any skill points on animal handling or
Uh,
handle? It's a handle
Can't
animal.
wait.
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I have 3 rank.
Oh.
Okay.
Because I was like, it might come in handy. Because there was that very first like one shot that we did, and we tried to get the horse, and we couldn't get the horse because
Oh,
everyone
right.
sucked at it.
Yep.
And I was like, maybe handling the animal isn't such a bad thing to have.
Good instinct. Okay, in that case,
And it finally came up. Session 66.
I'm in it for the long game,
I
okay?
think we're all in
Almost
it for the
hour
long game.
200 of content.
Yeah. In that case, if you would like to look up the rules for training animal companions, I believe it's in the druid section of the player's handbook. You can start looking at how to train your crab.
It takes some time.
Maybe I'll
Yeah.
talk to Nautia about it. She seems like a good person.
I mean, you've been watching her train her bird for a while now.
Yeah.
I want them to work as a tag team where you like put the crab on the bird and like send them out to like scout for you.
What a powerful team. You get the air and the ocean in one team.
Just, would the eagle try to eat the crab?
Surf and flurf?
Yeah, I was trying to think of-
Just feed it real good. Just keep your bird well fed. I mean,
Eagle would definitely eat a crab given the option, right?
Depends on the kind of eagle.
It depends on the kind of eagle, and if this one's from a desert, then, you know, she might not automatically try to eat the crab, but, like... I guess it depends on the size of the crab and the size of the eagle, too.
And how much she thinks the crab resembles a scorpion.
Mm-hmm.
I think a lobster or crayfish would kind of beg more of scorpion
Because
than
it's
crab.
longer. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
And has like, yeah.
In any case,
Or-
as you are investigating the fight, Peter's like, wait, what did you want to say?
No,
No,
it's
you're
not
good?
important. No.
Okay, as you're discussing the finer points of crab eagle teamwork, I guess, you
Synergy.
hear, yeah, synergy. You hear not like a commotion on deck, but a few kind of like whoa sounds coming from like up above.
Like
What's
this
happening up
chaos
on deck?
runs upstairs.
Okay. So you run upstairs and you sort of look around, and Sasha and Horfir are kind of like leaning on the railing along the what would be the side of the ship, so like the right hand side facing south, right, and looking out into like over the water. And Claude is sort of like doing the thing where he's got his left hand on the wheel, but he's also sort of like straining in that direction. If you also look in the same direction, you, after a moment or two, hear this kind of like sound, and this spray of water comes up from the surface of the ocean, like water vapor.
It's a whale? Is it a whale?
Is it a dolphin?
Does Cedric know what a whale is?
Yeah, I was gonna say like
Maybe. I have been on a boat
You
before.
have been on a boat before.
Nadia
Roll for
probably
whales.
knows what a whale is.
Roll for whales. What's
Roll
that?
for whales.
I don't
Can I
think
roll a
Kay
nature
would
check as
know.
well?
Just roll, yeah, roll a nature check. Heyo, we're back. Oh, Cindy's back. Cindy's dice are back.
First roll back. It's a strong one.
Oh my goodness!
It's the tentacle monster that made the ship in the bottle.
Oh no, it's the thing.
Incredible.
Is nature one of our made up skills that's not on
It's
our...
knowledge nature.
That's knowledge.
Oh, right. Thank you. I was like, why can't I find it? 15.
15. Okay, yeah, you've seen a whale before. Sure.
Yeah. Oh, cool. It's a whale.
A what?
I think maybe it's pronounced wale. It's like a big fish thing. It blows air out of the top of it.
If it's a fish, why does it need to blow air?
I don't know. Maybe it farts out of its head or something.
It farts out of its head.
I like this.
That
You
sounds
can fart
logical
out
to
of your
me.
head, so I mean, why not?
Sure. Yeah. It's like basically what a burp is, right?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
Do
Did
fish
they
burp?
eat through the hole in the top too?
I don't know. It's very tiny. I think it would be difficult. I mean, maybe. I feel like it'd be hard to eat out of the top of your head.
Claude leans back towards you and is like, they do not eat out of that. It's for breathing. It's basically the same as your nostrils. And he sort of looks at Nautia and is like, oh, but you don't have those. Wait, does she? I don't remember if she does or not. She has gills.
She has sort of she's got a mishmash, I
A
think.
mishmash. Maybe she also has nostrils.
Lots of extra holes
all
all over the place. It sends blood in the water from 2
every
miles
time-
away.
Every time I try to get into the specifics of it, because it's just like at the heart of it, she's an elemental, which means
Yep.
she's just basically just made of water.
Yep.
And then how does that turn into physical? No,
Yep.
Sure. I mean, we're kind of made of water, and also other stuff. So.
and also other stuff.
Can you smell?
I
We've
smell all the
definitely
time.
talked about this.
We have
I don't
absolutely
remember.
tried to talk about the
Yes.
anatomy of Nautia several times now, and every time it just ends up devolving.
But yeah, so Claude's like, yeah, it's basically their nostrils, so they're blowing air away so they can take a breath.
So it's
Are
like a
they fish?
sneeze, sort of.
Kind of, I guess. Are they what?
Fish?
Oh boy. Roll for advanced science.
I know. It's like, would this NPC know something that
Nope.
Herman Melville did not?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they're big things with teeth and they live in the ocean. They don't come out of the ocean,
Yeah, I mean, isn't everything that lives in the ocean a fish?
basically.
Basically?
I
I
mean,
mean,
there's,
except
like,
crabs, obviously.
Whales are
Yeah, like
definitely
crabs
mammals,
aren't.
friends.
no, they're fish. We've
But
established
Claude
this.
rolled an 8.
Uh-oh.
True.
Yeah, but you see there's a few of these sort of like showers of vapor coming from
What
that
kind
sort
of whale is it?
southerly direction. Make a perception check.
I mean, I don't know what any whales are. I've never seen one before.
Yeah, there's no way you were gonna know different species of whales.
Yeah,
Wait,
like the
you didn't
fish
even know what a
thing.
whale was.
You can still make a perception check and describe it.
21.
21. Anybody else perceiving?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if it's the same as the one I saw before.
Okay.
13.
Okay.
I rolled a 5.
Awesome.
I got a 13 as well.
Okay. Cedric, no, the one that you saw before was like really big and gray and kind of like knobbly, I guess, bumpy.
It's probably an older one.
Kay gets a really good look at these, and they have sort of big patches of black and white on them.
Oh.
And you see that, like, not only do you see these sort of like spurts of water vapor around you, but you also see that like there are multiple of these things, slightly different sizes, slightly different black and white patterns on them, and they are sort of moving around your ship and getting on like both sides of it.
Is this something we should be worried about, Claude? Are they gonna like crush our ship or something?
He's sort of like looking around and is like, I'm honestly not sure. I know that some of them are kind of social and they swim in schools, but
Sure, that
I've
tracks.
Never...
Like other fish.
Yeah. But he's looking kind of concerned. He's like, I've never seen them surround a ship like this before, Captain.
It's probably just because we have a blessed crab.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. Maybe they want the blessing of the crab. hold Carl up and maybe like bless them with him.
Yeah, he like runs downstairs and grabs Carl and is like,
All right, so while Kay is going downstairs to get Carl in his bucket, the two of you see.
no, she just gets the crab.
Oh, just the
holds him
crab.
up.
I'm
Just the
sorry.
Like
crab.
kind of like Simba.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
Not his holy vessel.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So while Kay is going to get Carl, you see Stominel sort of bursts out from like her door to the below decks with like there's like a blue scarf tied around her head like babushka style, and she's slamming her hat on her head. She's like, "What now?" And Claude just sort of like points over the side of the ship, and she takes a look and is like, "Ha,
Barbie whales.
that's a lot of whales." And you bring Carl back up, and what?
Simba.
Except he's like this big. Not even. Like,
Not even like this.
oh, you've had a big crab. Okay.
Yeah, we gotta
Yeah.
wait. What?
I was picturing him like adult blue crab size.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah.
picturing like a hermit crab. Okay.
No.
No, like he's like a crab.
We have like a hamburger-sized crab. What?
Yeah, no, that tracks. I was just processing that as a unit of size reference. I've not heard that before.
As Americans continue to measure anything and everything but the metric unit.
I mean, I'm not going to even
Yeah.
try to estimate a number of inches for that either, because I'm bad at estimating that kind of
I
stuff.
also like that hamburger. I feel like is a very inconsistent like.
No!
Sure, it's like did you is this like a
Like hamburger buns are
Big
like...
Dave's giant meat stack?
No, I was talking
hamburger,
about
or
like
is
the
this like
footprint of a hamburger. Like
Okay.
the diameter of like the bottom bun
Yeah,
of a...
but like there's like, because there's like,
5
your
inches.
McDonald's hamburger versus like your Chili's hamburger, and then all of the
Yeah.
other kinds of hamburgers. Because if you're doing like a brioche bun kind of situation, now you've got like a big. It just depends. Some people like
Or
the
the potato
the
rolls.
wider,
I-
thinner patties, and some like the.
Potato rolls are the best. I'm so sorry that the unit of measurement that I chose was inconsistent. They have a crab-sized crab. Okay.
Sized crab.
Holds it up into the air above her head, and the sun glistens on his moist shell, and the little whatever they're called on the back do this as he's being held.
The paddles.
Yeah, the little paddly things.
Oh no! I'm really embarrassed. I can't remember what they're called.
See, I didn't even
man.
try. I was just like, those things. The little.
I'm
the little
remembering the
knot
word
feet.
swimmerette, but I do not know if it's the right word.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Yeah, I think
Huh?
that is correct.
What
yeah.
did you call it?
It's the right-
Swimmerettes.
Yep.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's something. I'm just not sure if that's the thing it is.
Yeah, the pleopods, there's swimmerettes. Yeah.
Okay, swimmerette. Like the spinneret on the back of a spider.
Yeah,
That's
so I was
easy
like,
to
wait, I'm
remember.
thinking
Okay.
spinnerette, but that's a spider. But then also because I'm
Swimmerettes.
like swimmerettes, and I
Or-
don't remember what their function is. I
or
just
what-
remember that they
what
exist.
is
They're
it
for
called then?
swimming. They have the name
Apparently.
as the title.
It is what it says on the tin. What was the more
You
scientific
can't
name
always
for
make
them?
that assumption with naming.
That's true.
Pleopod?
Pleopod.
Yeah.
Extra feet? Many feet?
Yeah.
Extra feet?
Oh, actually, no. It comes from the Greek plein, Plein, which means swim,
Oh,
and podos, which
Swimmy
means
feet.
foot. It is. Yeah. So, like in lobsters and crayfish, are the ones that like kind of
Yeah.
like on the abdomen.
yes, like that. But on a crab, they're just two little, like, thingies. Anyway, yeah, so you hold him up into the sky. And?
I have blessed these large fish with the blessings of Carl. She like holds him up and like points.
Did we
at him.
really not pick a species for Carl? I feel
I
like we
did.
did.
I put
Did
I
you?
put it in the group chat. He
Oh,
is
yeah.
the Cuban orange land crab.
Oh, right, because it's really
Yeah,
pretty.
it's the real cute ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to look up how big they are, but Wikipedia doesn't tell me. So I'm gonna have to.
Somebody go in and edit the Wikipedia page to say the
What
size
is
of a
it?
hamburger.
Oh, cool! They've been observed above 300 meters
Whoa.
at over 1,000 meters in Jamaica.
Nice.
Oh, these are the ones that like do the mass migrations across
Yeah.
the road.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's
Alright.
actually where I got my picture because I was in
Oh.
Cuba during when they were having their mass migrations and it was crazy. Like they'd stop traffic.
Nice.
Well,
You got like a million of those little guys, and they're so brightly colored. That's got to be so wild.
A typical female carries around 85,000 eggs.
they're very tiny eggs, though. She's not
I
that
mean,
jacked.
still, it's like a lot of eggs. Anyway, they come in various color morphs: black, red, yellow, and green.
What color is he?
He's like kind of a yellowy orange color.
So
I
that's
haven't
that's like the shell on the body because the legs are orange, right? Is that
No, like the whole thing.
No,
Hold
the
on.
whole thing.
I have to
The
find
whole
our
thing can be
Discord
orange.
chat.
okay?
If only Discord had to find media.
Yeah, some of them are like looks like some of them are black with like red tips to all their limbs,
Mm-hmm.
and some of them are just like straight up solid like orange juice colored.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on. Ready? I'm gonna.
If only there was a word for that color.
Oh, wait. There is Carl and all. I took that
Aw.
picture. So there's Carl and all of his
Carl.
majesty.
He's so cute.
A good crab.
A good crab.
crab.
Yeah, so you do that, and the the sailors of the Gareladi who are present at the moment just sort of like all raise their eyebrows at you.
I mean, it's not even the 10th weirdest thing that we've done.
Yeah,
Right,
In the,
exactly.
Like,
That's
5
why
days we've been on this boat.
that's all the reaction you get. Stomanel's leaning over the left hand railing now, to sort of watch this pod of whales, and yeah, there are some to your left and some to your right. And if you take a looky-loo behind you, there are some behind you, and it appears the pod is sort of like very close to your boat. Just kind of all around you.
I think we're gonna have to kill some of these wallets.
Stomanel,
I'd rather not have to do that because they're in the water and we are not.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of work.
yeah, Stomanel's like, yeah, could we, let's not. They're,
I mean, what if they crush us, though? They look like they want to crush us.
I don't think they're gonna crush us. I don't know. I've been wrong before, but like,
Maybe they think we're their mother.
so these are
These ones are-
definitely.
They're smaller than the other one I saw. These are probably all babies.
That one's a baby, and she sort of points to a calf, but is like, no, most of these are adults, as far as I know. I mean, these ones specifically are not great to just, like, mess with for funsies, so let's not. I also don't think they're gonna crush us. It is weird that they're all around us, though. I guess maybe just try not to hit them, Claude. Claude's just like, sure, yeah, okay.
Yeah, easy peasy. These giant things that can definitely move better than the boat can.
Yep.
Well,
How fast are we going at this point?
They slowed down a little bit to watch the whales, and now Claude is asking the others to draw in even a little more sail so that he can sort of like not hit them. Yeah, and you're still sort of taking that sort of like. So remember, you had come out around that sort of like big bump in the continent, and we're going sort of like northeast. And you are getting to the point where you can see on the horizon what looks like maybe some more land masses. You still have the like the main continent of Arda on your right, but you're getting on the map that's posted in our Discord somewhere a long time ago. Those 3 northern islands are.
oh, excellent.
Yeah, where you're like that's what you would be seeing the beginning of. Yeah.
Excellent. We should head towards those so that we. These big fish probably can't go too close to the land, right? They can get stuck.
Yeah, probably. I mean, sometimes they do. I've seen them hunt things kind of close to the shore. I don't know. But yeah, I mean, let's hope we don't get beached. I don't know. Maybe they'll go away. Stominel's kind of like, she's still frazzled from yesterday. She's like, I don't know.
I mean, they don't look dangerous, right? So, like...
I mean, they're called killer whales, so...
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
But that's probably because they kill things like fish, right?
I mean, they have really big teeth.
Yeah. That's good to know.
Yeah.
So don't just jump in there and swim with them, is what you're saying.
I mean, probably not. I don't like swimming in the ocean, the open ocean, if I can help it anyway.
Yeah, it sounds terrible.
You know.
Well,
I think at that you see Nautia kind of like she's been kind of looking over the edge, like she's thinking about it, and then they say that, and she's like,
Someone else like, yeah, I try not to get too close up and personal with like wild things. Just like, you can be over there and I'll be over here, and that's just like better for everybody, you know?
Especially the ones that like, you know, the things that they eat are close in size to humans.
Yeah. Yeah. There are enough weird things on the ocean. I don't need to, like, go looking for trouble.
Yeah.
You know.
Nature check. Come for the NPCs that have respectful attitudes towards wildlife.
Not all of them do. It's a cast of thousands.
The ones that are still alive, not been killed by a
Well,
bison
she's
yet.
a good guy. So she gets to have... She's a good guy who was raised sailing. So, like, she gets to have, like, smart opinions about killer whales.
Good policies.
That's fair.
But yeah, the pod of orcas kind of more or less herds you in the direction of the largest of the three of these islands. And then, like, as you're getting pretty, like, close to that island, the pod, not, like, immediately, but they sort of all eventually sort of, like, break off from surrounding the ship, and you can see them chasing what we would know as sea lions that are jumping through the surf. The killer whales go after a snack. You're close enough to the islands now to see that their shores are a patchy mix of light sands and darker rocks, harboring scattered tide pools. The interiors of the islands are carpeted with coniferous trees. There are small black and white seabirds floating on the waves near the shore and perching along the rocks. You watch as a huge eagle with a dark body and white head lifts off from the crown of a tall tree and flaps out over the water, then dives with its feet outstretched and comes away with a large fish clutched in its talons. Beneath your ship, you see that the water here is dominated by huge seaweeds swaying in the currents.
Hell yeah.
Welcome to the Pacific Northwest.
I was just thinking that.
I was just gonna say, it's like, oh yeah, that puts us up sort of equivalent to Washington, Puget Sound. Especially with that particular kind of landform too, because it's got that little bit of a sheltered bay.
Yep, that's the idea. Here we are. These are loosely modeled after the San Juan Islands, an archipelago off the coast of Washington and Vancouver.
That's where my dad grew up going to summer camp, and then he moved to Texas for some reason.
Yeah.
So
That's a choice.
That's a choice.
Yeah.
But here we are. It's pretty here. We like it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what would you like to do?
The whales surrounding the ship actually reminded me of a story from, I did a boat tour up in Juneau, actually, up in Alaska, but those tour boats will do summers in Alaska and then go out to Hawaii, basically following the whales for the winter. And they were describing, because like, especially out in Hawaii, they've got these really strict rules about, because like I think that's breeding season. So they were out, you know, just sort of watching some, I think it was blue whales. What was it? Humpbacks. Maybe it was humpbacks. Anyway, some kind of whale that wasn't orcas. So they were out and they've got these rules about you have to keep a certain distance. And then if the whale comes closer to you, you would just have to cut your engines and wait for the whale to leave. Except that in this particular instance, it was, I think, a female whale that had decided that that ship looked like a good sort of distraction. So she basically sort of hung out right under them while a bunch of males sort of circled. And this poor tour boat was just like, cool.
I mean, yeah, also that's awesome.
Yeah. But there's a certain amount of like, there's a point at which it goes from this is awesome to that's a lot of whales.
Yeah.
The killer whales are actually dolphins. They're not whales.
They're porpoises.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No,
Well,
they're fish.
I mean, the like I guess a dolphin whale is one of those weird sort of like just like dichotomies. That's not. It's like toothed whales and baleen whales is really the difference.
Yeah.
I thought that like what we call dolphins, like bottlenose dolphins or whatever, are just toothed whales. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, basically, whale equals fish like mammal, and then you've got do they have chomper teeth or do they just strain?
Exactly. They're cetaceans.
I mean, I feel like, mammal biologists, they have an enormous amount of privilege when it comes to the taxonomy of the animals that they study. That they get into the nitty gritty. Okay, no, I'm not gonna.
Okay, let's do it.
Okay,
Whales.
I looked it up. So apparently, like dolphins are a family within within the whales.
So and orcas fall within that family, or
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah, Peter, you were talking about taxonomy.
There isn't because there are so few species of mammals and really all vertebrates, right? That we know so much comparatively. We know so much about every mammal species.
Yeah.
That I mean, it's amazing that there's still like any stuff to be figured out about like their relationship between mammal species. And I mean, when you compare it to any of the insects or any of the invertebrates, I mean, it's bonkers that
we like just reclassified cockroaches, right? Or termites.
Yeah.
They were moving orders around within the insects, and then within the mammals, it's like, ooh, this subspecies might not actually be a subspecies.
Well, especially since, I mean, the whole field of taxonomy developed long before we had, genetics and all of that. So, like, all of it has been on the move for the last 100 years because suddenly we're able to actually go, okay, no, but really, are these related? So we've got a lot of things that people were like, well, they physically look very similar, but once you get down into it and you actually figure out sort of what the family tree is, no, these guys are distantly related and they just happen to look alike.
Right.
Which conveniently brings us back to the joke about calling whales fish, because they're fish shaped, kind of, sort of, except that their tails are different, which is like kind of a cool, thing to think about. But yeah, they're mammals that like obviously all like tetrapods like us with 4 legs and things. Like Tiktaalik walked out of the ocean and now we have cell phones. But
now we have cell phones.
They are vertebrates, mammals who then returned to the ocean.
Yeah, I was gonna say, weren't those the ones that left the ocean and then went back?
Yeah, they were like, nah, this sucks.
Yeah. We're too big. We're too big for this.
Yep.
Yeah.
I love cetaceans. They're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. They're amazing.
Yeah. And a lot of people are like, well, but they live in the water. They do still have hair. Some baby whales have quite a bit of hair on them. And even the adults have like little bits. It's certainly not like fur or
like
whatever.
Bristles and things like that, right? Like they have.
But like they do still have hairs. They do still nurse their calves. They do still have to breathe air, all that good stuff.
They have leftovers of their legs.
They do.
Little teeny like bones. Little vestigial
limbs down in their tail. Yep. And like the remains of like the pelvis. But yeah, a whale's tail is like if you're looking at the whale while it's in the water, like the big paddly part is horizontal, right? And in a fish, it's like vertical.
Yeah.
So
this versus this.
So it's this versus.
Yeah. So it changes.
They're both doing the same function, but it moves in the opposite direction.
Well, and
or
they're
perpendicular.
They're not necessarily exactly the same function either, because one is better at providing power and one is better for like navigation and stuff. Whales. Yeah. The only whale I've ever gotten like up close and personal with was a beluga whale, which is not what these are, but they were lovely. Um, Anybody else have a good whale story?
Yeah, like we do whale watching here in Ecuador. The humpback whales come up and their breeding season is in July and August, and you just like take the little tourist boats out. I got a really, I mean, there's not like rules on like coastal Ecuador. So you can get pretty close. The tour guides and stuff are like really like it's like kind of like self-managed. So they're really respectful because obviously if you scare the whales away, your tourism doesn't work anymore.
Mm.
And now it's being more controlled by the Ministry of Environment and the Ministry of Tourism. But anyway, yeah, you can get pretty close. And I saw a mom and her calf, like really close to the. My dad went with me, and he was so funny. He's like, I'm just so used to like, kind of local backwaters, like Ecuador things. So I was like, Dad, you want to go see whales? So we just like paid her like $10 or whatever to get onto one of these boats. And I hear my dad tell the story later, and he's like, Nancy gets me on this boat that I wouldn't have trusted on dry land. She gives me a life jacket that I don't think could save anybody's life. And we're 5 miles out, but we saw whales. I'm like, so what's the problem? You made it there and back.
I don't think anything we did was that sketch. Like,
no.
And what I'm hearing is that your dad is a good storyteller.
Maybe.
Yeah. Oh, well, also like he did a lot of the tour stuff with me before they were legit, so that way I could hear his opinion. So like things like that, I was like, maybe I should think about some of these things more, right? Because for the first couple of years here, I was just like, this is how it is. It's just how it is. Like you just you want to see whales, like this is the thing that you go see the whales on. But now that I actually like bring paying clients and stuff, I have to pay attention to some of like, I don't know, safety or whatever.
We appreciate you paying attention to safety. I did also get to ride like a cable car thing that some guy made by hand across a river. So,
That's not even the like.
No.
Oh, you went to Matthews.
Yeah.
That one's like super legit.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You haven't even been on the not legit one.
Oh, good.
They're fun.
Sign up for treetops and Tarasques.
We're going to an eco lodge with a swimming pool. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Any more whale talk? Whale chat? You mentioned Herman Melville. You want to talk about?
I mean, dude thought that whales were fish.
There's a huge chapter in that huge book that's just about
multiple
whales.
chapters.
But there's like one specific. I read this in like 7th grade, 8th grade.
Yeah.
There's just like one chapter that's just whale stuff.
It's just like, hey, this is all my thoughts about whales. This is all the kinds of whales that I know about. This is everything that I know about those kinds of whales.
Yep.
Yeah, there's lots of filler in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But killer whales. When
Herman Melville, the first guy who thought that everything was content.
Amazing. So killer whales have these like distinct black and white markings on them, and they've got like it's like white behind their eyes. Is that right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. And those are like false eye spots to protect them from other predators, which is like cool and scary at the same time.
I think we talked about this with like on like a different nature check where like dragons have eyes on the side of their head, and it's because they live in like a 3D environment, right? Yeah. So that you could have like overhead predators. So I feel like the same kind of thing is happening, right? You're in the water and you can have like overhead predators, and especially when you are, I mean, you don't come out full sized. So when you are a small killer whale, there are things that can kill you.
Yep. So not all predators have front facing eyes.
Yeah, like hammerhead sharks are like a perfect example of that, right? Like,
I mean, their eyes are technically. Oh yeah, I guess they are like all. Yeah,
they're not forward facing. Yeah. It would be great if they were forward facing though. They're like a hammerhead, but just like two eye stalks just pointed straight forward.
That'd be terrifying. Oh my god.
I mean, I feel like you'd get used to it. Like I feel like hammerhead sharks are objectively terrifying looking on their own. And we're just kind of used to what they look like.
Impugning the poor sharks.
You can go swimming with those in the Galapagos. I've done that too.
Amazing.
That sounds so cool.
Come visit me sometime.
I think terrifying looking is a good thing in my head. So I meant that in a complimentary way. Yeah.
That's fine.
Can we have a hammerhead dragon?
Why would you ask for that?
What?
Because it could be really small.
We
Like a hammerhead fly.
We almost got murdered by like twig creatures like a week ago. And you want to fight a dragon?
Well, not yet. When we like
We
level
could fight
up more.
a dragon inside of its egg and it would still kill us right now.
There we go.
A whale.
A whale.
Did you take
This
that
was
picture?
from one of those tours.
Amazing.
Someone described this with his iPhone on the boat. One of the guys who was in our group.
Wow.
Nice.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I have pictures of like that too, like from iPhones.
Yeah.
From out here.
That's a humpback whale?
Yeah, I think so. And that was from 2015, so it wasn't a super great it wasn't a super great phone at that point, or phone camera at that point.
But it's a
But
good
yeah,
picture.
just a freak, like it was the one breach we had on the whole trip, and then the guy just happened to just right at the right moment.
Amazing.
Wow.
Yeah, does anybody know about breaching?
Nope.
I'm trying to remember.
Insects.
I'm trying to remember about it, and I
Yeah.
don't remember what it is.
Whales do it, some stingrays do it. The last I remember learning about it, nobody knew or like had an exact good explanation, but one of the primaries might be to try to like basically slap off ectoparasites.
Nice.
Also, it seems super fun.
Yeah,
That too.
like maybe
That's-
there's
I just thinking about how much worse I am at swimming than a whale.
Oh.
Just like the amount of better that I would have to be at swimming in order to propel my entire body out of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Especially because their bodies are adapted for living in the water, so like they don't have to worry about weight as much as we do.
Mm.
Well, that's because basically the butterfly stroke is sort of modeled on that movement. So like we would actually do exercises on swim team that were like you'd put on flippers and just do butterfly kick down the pool, and it's the best because especially you start trying to do the stroke with it and you get like up out of the water. It's remarkably effective, but it's all about that flipper. It's all about those big
Yep.
it's that
It's there for
surface.
power.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
And it's all core.
Yep. But yeah, Peter, your body doesn't crush your lungs here on land. So
convenient.
You have
It's
that going
one of
for
my
you.
favorite
It's a
things about my
trade-off,
body,
right?
actually. Yeah. Think about it every morning when I wake up. I do my like daily appreciation meditation.
I'm glad I'm not a whale.
Yeah. The number
Of
one on my
course.
list.
How much of that mass now is basically insulation and or buoyancy?
Are you talking about me or whales?
The whales.
Peter's a string bean.
How much blubber
So
do you
much.
have, Peter?
So little. So little. It's all in my feet. It's very weird.
Like an elephant?
Yes. Yeah. Bizarre looking from the chest down. Just none of you guys would know it.
No.
I
You said all
met
the-
you in real life.
All the
I
fat
don't-
is in your feet. Yeah, just two of us have met you. in
Cindy
real life.
doesn't know it.
Cindy doesn't know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, elephants are also digitigrade like a dog or a cat, so they walk on their toes, but they're so big and heavy that they've got these huge fatty pads under, like, next, like, behind their toes. So, like, they're walking only on their toes and the rest of their foot is in the air, but they've got this big pad of fat to help them with that. Another one of those moments where you're like, evolution was not linear.
Yeah. And they can't
Evolution's the
jump.
lazy C student in the back of the class, just doing well enough to pass.
Yep. You betcha.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so Wales, kelp forest, Pacific Northwest, islands. What would you like to do? You can take a look
I think we
around.
should-
You can leave. You can jump in the water with the whales and the sea lions.
We saw a bird with a white head. I think we should kill it. It's probably worth a lot of money to the people who they wanted those red birds. I bet that white bird is worth a lot.
There's only one of them, though.
There's probably plenty.
Why don't we kill one of those whales?
I mean, we talked about doing it, but I feel like it wouldn't fit in the bag.
It would not fit in the bag. That is
Yeah.
bigger than what the bag will hold.
All I'm saying is that in we're in a fantasy world where we have the ability to kill endangered species, and so I think we should take advantage of that.
Uh-huh.
I mean, presumably they're not endangered in this world, but also...
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the bald eagle is not
What
New
have I
Seychester's national
done?
bird. So, I mean, there's no problem
They're
with killing
so
them here.
ungraceful. Like,
Yeah. I feel like it's like we're looking at that, we're looking at Nadia's hawk, and we're looking back at the
yeah.
white and brown
Well, mine
bird,
is
and
also
it's
an
like,
eagle.
Yeah, but I think by comparison, yours is like so much better. It's like a discount knockoff version of yours. I feel like yours is like,
Incomplete. They forgot to color in the head.
and then the bald eagle is like,
I should have described an immature bald eagle. They're even worse. Scruffy. They're just angry chickens.
so scruffy.
Just angry chickens.
I will say though, seeing because again up in Alaska, seeing the bald eagles just chilling on like power poles,
Mm-hmm.
because especially in the areas where there are a lot of little islands along the coast that have these like giant tall power lines that have to go out over the water, and then all those bald eagles just chilling.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
And
We're sharing photos.
The bald eagles in Alaska are bigger than the ones here in the lower 48.
Mm.
The United States gifted a bald eagle to Parque Condor, which is a raptor rehabilitation site here in Ecuador. And so it's like gifted for educational programs, and its name is Gringo.
What?
Perfect.
Oh, wow. I don't know how I feel about that.
Oh my god.
Here it's fine. I mean, we don't care here.
Amazing. So good.
I was gonna say I closed my photo album too
That's
soon.
a good picture of a burb.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I took that one in the Pacific Northwest, so
Nice.
yeah.
Did you know that the hue or the like saturation of the yellow in their beak and feet depends on their diet?
I did not know that, but that
I
is
did not know that.
unsurprising because there's like other. Is it carotenoids specifically?
I don't know if it's carotenoids specifically, but I do know that like I worked at a rehab where there were two non-releasable eagles, and like their feet and beaks were not always the same color because it like depended on like if we had like a really long stint of feeding them like one food and then changed it to something else, like the color would sort of not be
That's
quite
cool.
as bright. Yeah,
Like flamingos.
like flamingos and barred owls.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Really, they did that too.
cedar waxwings?
Do they also
Really?
do that?
Waxwings do
I
that?
think so.
Depending on the fruit they eat?
Yeah, I think the wax changes color depending on the fruit that they eat.
The
That's
what?
unsurprising. Yeah, the wax. That's why they're called wax wings. They have these little,
Little
like
like
tube wax bits that come off their wings, and they're bright red.
Huh.
What?
Yeah, that's why they're called wax wings.
I've never been that up close to one.
it looks
Oh,
like imagine the wings are made out of like polyester and somebody like touched them against like a heater and they just like kind of melted just a little bit at the tip. Like that's what they look like.
Yeah.
That is a good description if you look up what it is.
We need a picture
Looking
behind
that
you
up
right
now.
now.
I'm gonna
All right.
take your word for it on that one.
Since we're talking about birds, I have the chance to go to visit a harpy eagle nest in October.
Oh my god.
There's apparently like one of the bird guides knows of like a little small community in the middle of nowhere that has one. So
That's super cool. So now you can go look at the bird that scared Kay so much
yeah.
when you first entered the jungle.
Uh-huh.
Amazing.
Oh, okay,
When-
okay.
Some of the local guides, when I was just there in the Amazon, they went to one of the observation towers and they got pictures of one of the harpy eagles like getting a monkey, which is amazing.
Yes. Amazing. Ugh. I want to see. I want to go back and look at more things. Other animal facts, or are we switching back into game mode?
Get a picture of the wax wings.
All right, hang on.
Yeah, hang on,
Download
hang on.
it.
I got it.
Oh, they
Maybe.
didn't
Oh,
have
how did
that
I just
already
do
to go.
that?
Yeah, neither. I have never taken a good picture of a cedar waxwing.
I'm pulling
Great
one off
content.
Wikipedia.
Boom.
Boom. Oh, the little.
The little red things.
yeah,
They're
little
like
red things.
plasticky.
Oh.
Yeah. That's weird, right?
I didn't know that. I learned
Yeah.
something about a bird today. From
Oh, funny.
entomologists. Cool.
All right, I am.
Neat.
Taking this away.
Yep.
Boop.
All right.
Boop. Okay. So many burbs. Burbs.
So many burbs.
Whales. Whatever. All right. Yeah. So you've got all this environment around you.
Yeah.
You could hunt the bald eagle if you really felt like it, I guess.
Yeah. Are there also ravens?
You haven't seen any necessarily like right here,
I
but
guess they're
mean,
not necessarily out on the water.
Yeah. But like you're kind of near the biggest island, so that's the one in closest to Arda. And then there's a sort of medium-sized one a little farther out into the ocean, and then there's a teeny one sort of at the edge of this more or less linear archipelago. And so like this biggest island has quite a bit of forest in the interior, so there are probably ravens in there. But out here on the shore, you saw the eagle come out and go fishing, and there are also I think they're murrelets and guillemots and puffins and stuff.
Puffins.
Good
There's a
eating
lot
on
of those. We could definitely kill one of those.
Yeah. We can eat them. Claude,
Yes.
do you know anything about these islands? Have you ever like been to them before
no.
or anything?
I have not. Yeah, no, we're pretty well past where we've sailed before, which is why we're going slower now. I want to make sure we don't run into sandbars,
A sandbar,
whales,
yeah.
monsters, whatever.
Although it looks like it would be a rock bar around here based on the beaches.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
I don't want to run into
not really
anything.
comforting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is fairly unmapped territory, which is like cool and exciting. I love seeing new places. That's why I joined a ship. But also, we don't want to not have the ship anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's very convenient.
Yep.
Well, I guess we don't have a reason to stop at any of these islands.
I mean, unless we just wanted to poke around.
Did you guys want to do
Or
what?
unless somebody had a vision about one of the islands.
Feeling anything?
Nope.
Oh.
But you all can do perception checks if you're like
Checks?
looking at the island while you're talking about
Yeah, I want to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I want to take a better look.
it. Excuse me.
Hey, that's a natural 20. So that's a 28.
Oh, good. Because I got an 11.
I
There's
got a
three.
1 for a total of 8.
Awesome. Okay.
Cedric gets some sea spray in his eye.
I mean,
Ow! It stings.
Cedric
It's
and-
so salty.
It really is though. And cold. It's cold up here.
Like your
That's so
attitude.
cold. My eyeballs are frozen solid.
Not that cold.
It hurts.
So yeah, Kay and Cedric are talking to Claude and getting sea spray in their eyes and whatnot. But Nautia, you notice it's kind of weird because you saw something that looked like this once before and then it didn't turn out to be what you thought it was or what you were told it was supposed to be. But along the shore, a ways from where your boat is floating out in the water, you see this pile of branches that, like, you take a moment to really, like, look and maybe even, like, fly slightly closer to get a better idea. And, like, man, it sure looks like there's a rowboat under this, like, pile of branches.
Can I sort of like scoop up like a rock or something and throw it at the pile?
Sure. Roll a ranged attack, I guess.
Oh, jeez. What even? Guess that's. What is the ranged attack? That's
Your base attack plus your dexterity.
okay. It's 5. It's 5. All right. All right. Oh, 21.
Okay, yeah, so you take this kind of, medium-sized rock and chuck it, and you see it sail through the air, and it kind of, like, jumbles down through the pile of branches, and you hear that little kind of, like, hollow sound as the rock hits the wood of the boat.
Dunk.
Yep. A dunk.
feel like if it was another mimic, it would make more of a solid sound,
Or
right?
a squish.
We didn't throw rocks at it last time,
Did
so
not.
Yeah. I'm also
Now we
definitely staying
know.
like at
Yeah.
least 30 feet away from it. Just like,
good call. How many hamburgers is that?
quite a few.
Listen. Every taunt brings the hammerhead dragon.
Yeah, again,
a wee bit closer.
do we want to taunt the DM?
You're lucky I'm not vindictive.
Man. I guess I would sort of fly back to the boat and just be like, that it looks like there might be a boat over there,
It's
but
not
it might
covered in
actually be a
branches,
boat
is
this
it?
time. Is it what?
It's not covered in branches, is it?
It is.
It's very
But, like-
suspicious.
But like I threw something at it, only this time it didn't hit back.
Try to eat you?
Yeah.
Well, there definitely shouldn't be any boats here as far as we know.
I mean, maybe people live here.
Yeah, because we've seen people
Oh,
all
right.
over the place.
Right. I forgot that people could have already lived here. Yeah, I forgot about that. All the
There's lots
people
of
that we
people
were not.
around.
Yeah. Yeah, they probably
Mhm.
know how to build boats. That makes
Yeah.
sense.
Being on an island and all, yeah.
Did it?
If I
ooh,
kind
Did it
of
look-
look around, do I see any sign of other signs of people?
I'll let you sort of keep that natural 20 for your 28 going, because you did fly closer to the island. If you
Mhm.
take another sort of spin out that way, you do see like one or two stumps kind of close to the shore, like at the edge of the tree line, that appear to be cut straight across, like not like a stump where the tree died and
Yeah, not
fell
like
over or
naturally
whatever.
fallen. Yeah.
Did it
Yeah, there
look
might
like
be
one of our
people.
boats? Like one of the rowboats attached to the ship, or is it like a different style of boat?
Did I get that good a look at it?
I mean, it's like you can tell it's a rowboat of some kind. It appears larger than the little dinghies that they've got attached to the Gerlady. If you wanted to get more of an idea of its construction, you'd probably have to remove some of the branches and stuff, but
Yeah.
it's bigger than the little rowboats that are
Okay.
sort of part of this ship's, accoutrement.
I mean, it's the same kind of shape, but bigger maybe? It's hard to tell because it was covered in branches.
Sure.
I mean, we could go see if there's people. Maybe say hi. I don't know.
I don't know. What do you think, Kay?
Ask
mean,
your
okay.
oracular crab.
I guess best case scenario, we make some new friends and they sell us some good food.
That is true.
Yeah, we could do that.
Worst case
Get some-
scenario, we get killed.
Yeah, we could get some supplies because we gave a whole bunch of supplies to the little ship in the bottle.
Together, yeah.
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 We're still good, right, Claude? Are we good on supplies?
That is not really my job, but I think if you asked Sasha and Horfir,
What kind of
they might
attitude is
have
that?
I mean, I spend a lot of time looking at claude and tide charts.
Sure.
and
But we're all
ocean
part of a
maps
team
and
here.
things.
Claude.
Yeah, and
but
we
other
don't
people
know
have different
either.
jobs on the
So
team.
Well,
But you know
I
what?
go ask Sasha.
I'm supportive of just doing your job and not taking
Quiet
on other
quitting.
people's responsibilities. Yeah.
you go ask Sasha.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
How are we on supplies? Because there might be some people.
I mean, we're doing okay-ish. We do have less than I think we were probably expecting to at this point, just because we had some kind of weird, unexpected stops, and we gave some food to the the people in the tiny bottle thing when it wasn't tiny
Yeah.
anymore. Yeah, so I mean, like, I think it's not like we're gonna run out of food tomorrow, but I mean, we certainly don't have the same amount that we started with or that we were planning to have at this moment. But I mean, like, we'll figure it out, right? Why? Is there something wrong?
No, just like there might be some people on this island over here, so we were thinking maybe we could stop if like we had a reason to.
Oh, cool. I mean,
We don't know
never
when the
gonna
next
say-
gas station's gonna be.
Right. I'm never gonna say no to like fresh food. You know, the dried stuff gets kind of boring after a while.
Yeah. Maybe they hunt those birds that we saw. We could eat them.
Maybe. We'll find out.
Or the whales. I bet they're delicious.
Those would be so hard to catch, though.
You don't even like meat anymore. Do you even like fish?
No. But
Well,
I
no.
bet they would be delicious. It's not that I don't like it, all right? I like it still. Just can't eat it.
It just hurts.
It just hurts. But
Wait, it hurts? I thought you just said it tasted gross.
Yeah.
I'm trying
Did
to
I?
remember what the thing was.
Yeah.
You were just like, it tastes awful.
It
You were
tastes like
oh, is there
rancid
something?
meat.
Yeah.
oh, I thought I reacted badly to my digestive system. I've forgotten my own thing. It's been a while since I've tried to eat meat, I guess.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I should try it again. Maybe it's gotten better.
Maybe.
Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna go check it out.
Yeah.
It worked out great
out.
last time we went and explored some random stuff. So maybe like Captain Laughshield will want to come with us this time.
She's like on the other side of the deck, and she's just like, no, you can go.
Titans are scarf
I'm
below.
gonna, I'm gonna stay here today.
Okay.
I have some
Okay.
bookkeeping to do.
Anybody else want to come? Claude,
He's like,
go above and beyond. Be part of the team.
I do like an adventure. I don't know.
We could fight a boat, maybe.
We could what?
You hate your job so much that you ever want to fight it? Because that could be an option.
Could fight
I-
another boat.
I'm confused.
We fought a boat once.
We did fight a boat once.
We fought her boat once.
Oh, the rowboat
Yep.
that you borrowed
Yeah.
from us and didn't bring back.
Yeah,
It
we didn't bring it back
attacked
because
us.
it attacked us.
Yeah.
Did we not tell you the story? We told you this story.
You did.
Yeah.
It's very sticky.
Come on. See? Adventure.
Oh, man. I'm not really a fighter, so if that's what you're anticipating, I don't know if I'd be helpful, but I mean, I would like to go and sort of explore the forest. I mean, it's not an environment like that particular forest isn't something I've seen before, and I do like, encountering new species and things like that, so...
Yeah, then let's do
That
it.
could be cool, right?
I
Yeah.
like Claude. I have so
Yeah.
much in common with him. Yeah, I just want to document things for our naturalist.
Yep.
We have to don't we have to bring some like maps or like drawings back for the
We don't have to, but-
smooshny,
We could.
but they'll pay us for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they will.
So yeah, maybe we should go and document at the very least for monies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's check it out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe we'll find something cool that we can put in the bag.
Yeah.
As the party convinces a different member of the ship's crew to accompany them
We're so convincing.
on an
We
adventure.
have a new game. I like it.
Yeah.
Instead of adopting
like-
NPCs, they're just...
I feel like our crew, it'd be so fun if we played a D&D game where like we had to we just got NPCs and bribed them to adventure with us and like lured them to their death. And that was like the entire purpose of our crew.
I feel like that's definitely
evil
happened in a
campaign?
lot of,
Yeah.
of D&D campaigns.
yes, that's probably not even just evil ones. Yeah, so we're going to take a break so I can find Claude's character sheet. And we will be back in a few minutes to pick up with the story as the party starts exploring the island. See you soon. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, let's
said people would
do
have
that.
this
My hi friends, we're back. My power might go out because there's a thunderstorm or something. I don't know. It flickered. If my dog starts panicking, you'll know that like things are going
And
wrong.
bumps into the
Yep, and
power
bumps
strip.
into the table
The
or the power
button on
strip
the
or, you know, whatever.
surge protector.
Yeah. We're back. Hi. So yeah, you convinced Claude to come on an adventure with you.
Yay, 4-person party.
He is not
We're
a
so
fighter.
convincing.
We're just miss Cedric or Fletcher so much.
Yeah,
that-
right.
I mean, Claude
We keep trying to.
is a fair replacement for Fletcher. He is not a caster, but you know there are some
Yeah.
similarities.
But
Yeah,
some
he's
They're both
you know,
nerds.
a squishy tall
curiosity. Mm-hmm.
Claude is
Or-
a half orc.
human. Half orc. Half orc?
Half orc.
Half-
Yep.
Nice.
Silver skin, black hair, very nice clothing. He's sort of like looking at
Oh,
his
yeah.
outfit and thinking about whether or not he should change out of his impeccable, you know, vest and coat and
Looking-
cravat and, you know.
Okay,
Looking
yeah.
over at this place, it looks very cold and wet.
Yeah. Yep.
It's fine.
So he's gonna go below decks and find something not nice to put on.
Good call. Good call. Something made
Some
out of
shoes that can get
oil
muddy.
skin or something.
Yeah. Yep. And Horfir and Sasha are, you know, putting down the anchor and otherwise like letting the ship like be at rest since y'all are going on an adventure. Are you guys doing anything while you wait for Claude, or are you just getting ready?
I think Nadia's just continuing to sort of look out and see what she can see.
Okay. Yeah, so eventually he comes back up with, like, more, you know, like, utilitarian clothing and boots on. And a
Yeah.
little, you know, a little pack on his back with some stuff in it. Like, okay, I am ready to go on an adventure.
All right.
All right. Excellent.
All right.
Let's do it.
Seminole
taking-
kind of, like, chuckles as he's, like, standing there in this, like, dirty, you know, like, whatever outfit. Like, have fun! Please bring my navigator back.
Of course.
Of
In
course.
like you know, this like as he is with same amount of hair and teeth and blood and all that other good stuff, please.
Yeah, we'll take good care of him.
No promises. We'll do our best, though.
I don't know
Helping.
why I'm trusting them with my navigator after they lost my rowboat. Have fun.
Well, he didn't
He's
lose
his
the captain,
own independent
so...
person.
He's
He's not defined by his job.
He's like, well, I mean, it's kind of a passion too, but anyway.
Sure. That's
Um,
okay. It's okay to like your job.
Okay.
Yeah.
You shouldn't let it be your whole world.
Oh, well, I sort of, like, became a ship's navigator because I really liked books and charts and things, so.
Sure, but do you have any
Kind of is
other
a-
hobbies?
Not really. I really like reading.
I also like reading.
I have some literature if you're interested.
Maybe.
Oh,
I
no.
don't feel like it's good to try to, like, read and walk through, like, a forest we haven't explored before, right?
Yeah.
Maybe later.
No. Yeah.
Kay starts
Yeah.
talking to Claude about like some adventure novel that she's read.
Okay. As you all row your way over to the shore of the island, did you bring Carl with you? I'm afraid
No,
to
how
ask.
am I supposed to fight with Carl on my shoulder? He might like fall off.
Okay.
Maybe I have to make like a harness for Carl with like a leash.
A little crab Bjorn.
Yeah.
Little pocket.
A crab Bjorn. Nautia, I'm assuming your eagle is coming.
Yes.
Okay.
The
You're
eagle
more
and I are
convenient
both
familiar.
keeping an eye out.
Self-mobile.
I mean, Carl is self-mobile. He's just not fast.
Yeah, we just have to keep waiting for him to catch up.
Uh,
Or
Carl!
more likely he would run away, given the option.
right, you have to train him first so that he follows along.
Mhm.
But you can like make a little scooter for him and just like drag it behind us. Just like plop him on a little wagon and tie the wagon to you. And...
Yes. Yes, this is what I want.
Incredible. All right, so you make it
Sorry, I'm just picturing a crab wagon.
crab wagon.
Is it
I
just
just
a
went
wagon
somewhere.
with a bucket on top of it?
Well, that's what I'm trying to decide.
It's like
Is
a
it
bucket with
small
wheels,
wagon?
I
Does
guess.
it,
A bucket with
fall over?
wheels.
Or do you like a bucket with wheels?
Crab
But then, like,
wagon.
how do you keep it from tipping? And then just
Oh,
what would
Lord.
you affix it to? I mean, I guess a handle. Anyway,
Yeah,
You'd have
put
to
it
have like a lid
wagon.
on it, I guess.
Hmm.
You like have to use Carl in battle. You have to like lift the lid off it first, like hacha.
Release the crab. Okay. So you make it to shore. And I'm assuming you pull
Make it
your
shore.
rowboat up onto the shore so it doesn't like wash away or whatever.
yeah.
Well, hey, thanks. Okay. And now what?
Should we check out the other rowboat?
Yeah.
You can go over to that other remote.
Yeah. Give me.
We could steal this one and then give it to Stonewell as to repent.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, if the people who own it turn out to be evil, I think that's a great idea.
Yeah, right? Or maybe we could like buy it off of them since we lost them a rowboat.
Excuse me. Yeah, if you'd like to investigate the boat under all of the branches and stuff, go ahead and give me some search checks.
Oh, sure.
Very carefully.
Okay. Claude will do
A
one.
22.
Claude is not helpful. 5, 2. Hi, Teal.
22.
22. Okay, so Nautia and
You're
Claude
welcome.
got 5s. Cedric
I got a nat 1
2.
for a
Cedric got
total
nat
of 2.
1. Kay is looking under the boat. Hi, Teal. You missed all kinds of chaos, but I'm sure there's more coming. All
For
right.
those of you keeping track at home, that's 2 nat 1s in a row.
I was
so.
gonna say that's all you've rolled today is ones.
Yeah.
Cindy's
yeah.
first roll was a nat 1.
No, he rolled
Yeah.
like a 4.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
fingers crossed for the hat trick.
Here we go again. So maybe Nautia and Cedric and Claude, I feel like maybe do a good job of sort of like getting everything off of the boat and then sort of like lifting it up so Kay can sort of like duck underneath and look around.
And I got salt in my eye again.
Gee whiz. So again, it is a rowboat. It's just it's much bigger than the one that you brought over even. So like bigger than this, you crammed.
So if we give it back to Stomanow, it's a better deal.
I mean, I guess technically. You crammed 4 people into this little boat. This one is a bit bigger. But it is constructed in like much the same way that you've seen from a lot of these sort of like I guess the outside peoples who have come to Arda. I don't think you've actually interacted with any people with sailing type technology in Arda yet, but this does look familiar in construction at least. And Kay, as you stick your head under the overturned boat, you find a few packages of supplies like canvas and rations and rope stowed underneath in a way that looks very purposeful, like somebody left this stuff here. And there are also a few broken but very aggressive looking thin like handheld harpoons.
Should we take this stuff or should we like leave it because it's obviously someone's and like what you put out into the universe you get back, so
Yeah, I don't want to just like if there's people around here, we shouldn't just take their stuff and run off.
Yeah.
Stealing is bad, Kay. That's why you shouldn't do it.
Seems like a bad first impression, is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
It's against the rules.
To that end, Naughty is definitely looking around her this whole time too.
Okay.
Unless we kill them and then we can take it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But we shouldn't kill them unless they're bad.
Yeah, that is true.
Mhm.
Kay takes a piece of paper and writes Kay was here with like a face and like leaves it with their rations and then crawls back away.
Yep.
I touched your stuff.
Inventing emojis and graffiti and the first comment.
I just
and-
appreciate that she's doing it on a separate piece of paper and not
Yeah.
just like carving it into the boat.
Yep.
Hashtag first.
Hashtag first.
Yeah. Nadia, you're like looking around. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Looking for people. Anyone that might take exception to us poking around their stuff.
Okay. Yeah, perception. You know what to do.
14.
14. You don't see anyone around. You are closer now to those, the tree stumps that you saw before, and yeah, it looks like they were, like, cut cleanly.
With a saw, not an axe.
I mean, it cut cleanly as in, like, cut by a person, not, like, broken off
Gotcha.
and rotted or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, then if she doesn't see anything, I guess she's just gonna keep kind of wandering.
Are there like evidence of people, like a trail, like footprints, or like more trees cut down, or like cleared areas, or
Give me a
garbage?
survival check if you're looking
Oh,
for
survival
tracks or
check.
trail or something like that.
Sure, I'll
Oh,
give that
well.
a try too.
Maybe I'll roll really great.
We roll more than just perception on this show.
I did not roll really
You
great.
did
I
not
did.
roll
I
really
rolled
great.
a 13.
A 13.
I rolled a 18. I
Okay.
think.
Yep.
So between the two of you, with sort of these thoughts of like, oh, are there people around? Well, if there aren't people around, are there more signs of people besides this boat? Between the two of you, you eventually find that like, maybe some of the wood from those trees was used to make sort of like rough planks that have been set sort of like over, there's like wet places in the ground or like, depressed places, and they've been placed in a few places, near one another as like little bridges basically to sort of like flatten out this trail. And yeah, you can start to follow a trail away from the shore into the forest that has these planks, not super regularly. It's not like they paved an entire trail with wood, but
Just
they've
the bad
made
spots.
these little rudimentary like bridges over some of the like hard to walk spots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they're easy to find, whoever these people are.
Yeah, let's go that way. We should introduce ourselves.
Right, but also be careful because they could be bad.
Yeah, they could be, but we could also be bad.
But what if they?
They're probably not like face-licking monsters that's gonna make you lose your hair. That's for sure.
That's true. They didn't seem the path-building type.
Yeah.
But, I mean...
Like, how bad could it be?
Well, Mafak made a mine, so I feel like, path is probably easier than mine, so somewhere in between the face-licking monsters and Mafak, possibly.
Yeah.
So that
That's
level
comforting.
of bad, yeah. Just putting it out there.
Sure.
Not to be the skeptical one today, but I don't know.
Yeah, you're normally the friendly one. What's going on? Are
I
you
can be
traumatized?
skeptical.
from Mafak?
Definitely
Or
not.
are you just like, dwarves are amazing and can't hurt anyone, and all you like lesser beings are dangerous and feral?
I never used those words.
Weirdly
You didn't
hostile.
have
It
to.
did, yeah. Okay. All right. We both woke up on a different side of the bed today, it sounds like.
I just
Somebody's
feel
got a
personally
case of
attacked,
the...
That's all.
What's today? What you didn't do the what day of the week it
I
is
didn't. I'm sorry.
at the beginning.
I
we
forgot.
were
I
messing
don't- I
around
don't
so
remember
much.
what
You got
day it is.
you
I'm
got
sorry.
off your somebody's got a case of the polarums.
That's a month,
Is that a
not
month?
a day.
Shut up.
No, if it ends in an it is a day.
Oh, is it a
but-
day?
Boom!
Oh, damn.
But Pilarum,
Oh, I'm a better player than you. Ha!
but
You are.
Pilarum is the equivalent of Sunday.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but
Whatever.
Saturday's
Pilar
the
Run
holy-
is a month.
I
Yeah,
just
all of the
obviously
months
ending
misheard
run.
Cedric
Yeah.
say because he's mumbles.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
God
Yeah,
is ducking out of this
But it's
conversation.
named after Pelar, right?
Pelor, yeah.
Yeah, so like not a holy day for me. So like it wouldn't be like it's not really the equivalent of Sunday. It's not like
That's true. Yeah.
not like Morden's holy day or anything like
Right.
that.
Yes.
So like the work week starts on a Sunday.
Anyway, starts like walking down the path.
Okay. Yeah. So you walk for a little while. Again, these islands are not that big. This biggest one is still smaller than the big island where you met Squoony and saw the underwater temple.
Well, we just kind of like skirted around the edge of that, right?
Right,
Like
you walked around
it
the
was,
edge of that one. You didn't go into the interior.
right.
Yeah.
Like it's still a pretty massive island.
Yeah, but yeah, this one is smaller, and so yeah, you walk for a ways. Claude is definitely like a little unsure of his footing sometimes, but he's doing okay. He's not like super athletic, but he's not like an only inside person. Like he does live on a ship, right?
Yeah, he has his he has his sea legs and not his landlubber legs.
That's true. It does feel weird to be walking around on the land for all of you. Right.
Yeah.
So along the way, you get to a place where your trail that you've been following sort of passes by an area, or maybe enters an area where there are some more stumps of trees, but this time all of the trees that are felled, and there are more in this area that are just stumps, they have this weird jagged like point at the top of the stump. And you also see a few trees that appear to have been partially cut in this way, but not completely felled. So there's like this weird, like jagged cutting out, and like like an hourglass, but like the tree hasn't been all the way like cut down. You're smiling.
I think Peter's thinking the same thing I am.
Yeah. I'm just like, I love beavers so much.
Me too.
Are
So
they
we're
teeth
gonna
marks?
hunt them.
Yep, teeth marks. So yeah, if you choose to, are you doing anything with these trees, or are you?
No, I just assumed somebody like got tired while trying to chop these trees down.
Yeah.
I don't know what Cedric doesn't know what a beaver is.
Yeah.
Yeah, why would Kate know
That's
what
a weird
beaver
way to fell a tree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you sort of like follow the trail, and it sort of goes through, like kind of between some of these trees. And eventually you come to a pond, in sort of like a low area of ground, pretty big pond, honestly. And there's a little bit of like a stream trickling, like there's a bit of stream that you can see kind of at the far end of the pond, like, feeding it. And then there's this big pond, and then there's this dam of like logs and mud and rocks and sticks and stuff, and then there's like a little bit of water trickling out of that dam. And in the middle of the pond, or not the exact middle, of course, but like somewhere towards the middle of the pond, there is a sort of like big mound of like logs and sticks and mud.
Do you think someone lives in there?
Looks like a house, but it's small, right?
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
you're also small. You could fit in there, right?
It's true. Probably could. Depending on how hollow it is. It's like a stick elemental egg or something. May
It'd
not
be a
be.
great time for a shambling mound. If it just was the Beaver Lodge, I like that.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
No.
right? That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
No.
Now that I've said it out loud, I can't do it though.
Yeah. I feel like it just looks like kind of like maybe there was a flood and there's just like a bunch of sticks got shoved in here. Right? That happens in the outside world, right?
Sure.
We don't have a lot of sticks underground, so we don't get a lot of these like naturally forming dams, which is what I assume this is.
I've never seen anything like this, so I mean,
Mm-mm.
I haven't really seen anything like anything we've ever seen ever. So
I mean, like I've seen stuff like this, but it's because like, like my place kind of looks a little like this.
That's true.
Pond made out of sticks.
Yeah, like this. Like Nautia's looking at this and going, "Oh, that's clever," because then you could have like more water.
So do you guys think the people with the boat made this?
I don't know. The boat's really big, and
The boat was real big, and this is much
this
smaller.
is real small. Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a huge boat for someone small enough to live in that house.
Maybe it's a whole bunch of them, a whole bunch of tiny people.
Yeah, maybe.
But the stuff that was under there was like normal human-sized stuff, right?
Oh yeah, that is true. It was like normal human size.
Good point. Good point.
Nevertheless, I think Nautia is slowly convincing herself that this may in fact be like another water method who's stuck here.
Amazing.
Because this seems like an elegant solution.
I mean, it is. That's brilliant.
And she hasn't 6.
Y'all can do search or survival checks if you want to like get more information about
I'll do another
this.
survival check.
Like,
I'll do a search check.
All right, that's a 14 survival.
I got 11.
Sorry, 14, 11, and what?
15.
15. Okay. So yeah, you spend a little bit of time looking around here. You don't really see any evidence of like little people or like, you know, that's not like you spend some time here but you don't like hear anyone or see anyone or anything like that. You can see a continuation of the trail that you've been following, but you don't really find anything about like who lives here, if someone lives here or whatever.
Well, I mean, if there's a trail, we just like
keep looking.
yeah,
Yeah. We'll find these mysterious builder people.
yeah, maybe.
Okay, so you continue hiking for a little while longer. Claude is just sort of like, you know, every once in a while you have to kind of like stop and wait for him because he's like squatted down to look at a plant or something. Very
Deals.
Relatable. Yep.
Yeah, very relatable.
But yeah,
Everyone hiking with me.
But yeah, he comes along. Yeah, Nancy, how long was that trail that it took us 3 hours to traverse to get to the waterfall?
I mean, the locals do it in 20 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah, so you hike for a little longer. So it's probably like midday or like just after midday at this point. And you come upon a place where the trail sort of like stops, and there's this like sort of like bits of charcoal. Looks like this might have been like a very rudimentary campsite.
Does the trail continue?
Yeah. Kind of beyond this little rudimentary campsite.
Yeah,
Can we search for stuff?
yeah, I'd like to see if it looks like they've been here recently. So basically, another survival check.
Yep. Search or survival is fine. Yeah.
All right, 19.
Dirty 20.
Mm-hmm.
18.
Okay. Yeah. Wow. So yeah, there's not a ton here. Like you see some matted down vegetation that looks like, you know, it may have had, you know, a tent or a bedroll or something on it. The charcoal and the matted down vegetation are not like, oh, someone was here last night fresh, but like this happened, you know, a handful of days ago kind of thing. Like
Okay.
the charcoal isn't like super broken down by rain and stuff or whatever. So yeah.
All right.
Well, I guess we keep going. In for copper, in for a gold, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, so you continue hiking, and eventually, like, it's, you know, it's a long hike, but, like, these boards have certainly made the trail a little easier, right? And you eventually make it to the other side of this island. So you, like, sort of break through the tree line, and are against, you know, another sort of rocky shore, and you are able to see the next island in this little chain. You can do perception checks for me here.
Yeah.
26.
11.
26.
Okay, wow. So with the two 26s, which this is appropriate because Nautia doesn't need it, but the two of you notice that there is a rope attached to a tree or, something here on this side, and it appears to be sort of strung between this island and the next one. So it's a fairly long rope. There's a few, knots where it was obviously several ropes joined kind of thing. And at the far end, so at the next island, wherever the rope, like whatever it's attached to over there, there is a little, what looks like a wooden raft, kind of like with the rope. It's basically like there's this rope strung between the two islands, and then there's this raft that appears to have another bit of rope so that it could kind of like slide back and forth on this strung rope, if you get what I mean.
Do we have like a way to? Is there like a rope on this side to like pull it towards us?
It's not like a like a pulley where you can kind of
Okay.
Yeah.
And the boat's like on the other island at the moment?
It's floating in the water against the other island's shore, yeah.
Okay.
Nautia, go fly over and push it over here. Please.
Okay. She's gonna take a real good look around that boat before she approaches it.
Okay. Perception?
Yeah, that one could be a mimic.
Well, also, again, if there's someone around.
I'm stealing your boat, bye!
18.
Mm-hmm. You don't see any evidence of people around, just this little raft.
Okay. I guess Nautia will go grab the boat and tug it back over.
Okay. Are you riding?
Having somebody who can fly is so
It
convenient.
really is. Are you guys riding together, solo?
How
Can
big
we
is
all
it?
fit together?
Well, I mean, Nautia doesn't need to ride in it. It's big enough that you think both of you could sit on it. It depends on, whether or not you want both of you on it at the same time. That's up to you.
Wait, what about Claude?
Yes,
I
Claude
forgot
just.
about Claude. Yeah, so it's not big enough for all three of you at the same time. Yeah.
All right.
Alright.
One of them
Well.
is secretly a bag of grain, and the other
Yes,
is a fox.
yes.
Right.
I'm the fox. I guess I'll go first.
Okay. Yeah, you're strong. And then like Claude can help me pull us over, I guess.
Yeah. That
Yeah.
tracks.
Sure, I can
Yeah.
do that. Okay.
Yeah. And I can accompany
okay, it's
Cedric.
Yep. Okay. So you accompany Cedric. Cedric, can you give me balance and strength checks?
Ooh, let's see. Let's see how that is.
How's that balance?
I got a 0 in balance, so 16.
Okay.
Okay,
Because
okay.
you don't have super heavy armor on anymore, do you?
That's true. No
Right.
penalty there. And a very strength.
Mhm.
Straight strength roll. It's a 13.
Okay. So, like, with Nadia's help, it takes you a minute. Again, there's, like, knots in the rope that's strung between the islands, so it's kind of hard to, like, pull yourself along, and, like, you're not used to working with ropes this much, although you have been helping some on the ship, so, like, the rope is really rough on your hands.
Helping.
Yeah. But you do eventually make it across this,
Mhm.
sort of space of ocean between the two islands. Yeah, and you do not fall
Nice.
off of the raft.
Cool. Well, sorry, Nadia. I guess you have to take it back again.
Yeah, it's fine. And she'll fly it back. Leaving
Nadia is
Cedric
the
all
MVP.
alone on this other
Ah,
I
island.
was gonna
Yeah.
say.
Take my shoes off and stick them in my feet in the water.
Aw.
How cold's
all
that
right.
water?
It's cold. Like, surprisingly, because, not too awfully long ago, you were looking out the windows of that, underwater temple at Coral Reefs, and then, the next day or 2 days later, you were walking around in the water because your ship had been beached on a sandbar, right? So, like, the water went from being, not warm, but, like, pleasant to being like, wow, this is really icy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Kay and Claude are getting on. Yeah, okay. Are you helping or are you just riding?
I'll help.
Okay, so he'll roll his strength check with a +2. Okay. And then you can make a balance check. He will also make a balance check.
13.
Claude fly on the boat.
So he's like trying really hard. He's like, you can tell, like, he told you before, like, he really likes to read, and like he lives on this ship, so it's not like he doesn't get out much, but like he's pretty obviously like not like an adventurer, right? So he's like kind of trying to like show off that he belongs in this group and whatever, and so he's like pulling on the rope really enthusiastically, and then he just kind of like loses his grip and like falls off the
Can
side.
Kay like try and grab him? Like
Reflex save, yeah.
Alright, come on. Oh, I got a 19 plus 8.
Okay,
so.
yeah, so you managed to grab him. So like he gets a little wet, but you grab him and sort of like help him back up onto the raft so he doesn't like go for a complete swim.
Fantastic.
Yes, but eventually you do also make it across and find Cedric paddling his toes in the icy water.
Oh,
I get
you guys ready to go?
Yeah, does the trail pick back up?
Yeah, this island is quite a bit smaller than the first one, so you can traverse it pretty quickly and easily, and there's not nearly as much forest here. But you can give me perception checks, just to sort of get a lay of what you've got going on here.
Yeah, natural 20, 28.
25.
18.
Wow. Suddenly they're rolling so well.
When it doesn't count.
Yeah. So maybe it's not even
Yeah.
maybe it's not even that you see it and there's nothing to hear. So maybe it's the smell. But you all, after, walking for a little ways on this island, start to notice a smell and sort of like look into the shallows against the beach. Not that far from you, and you can see this
Is it a dead whale?
rather large, not as big as the whales, but a large carcass in the water, kind of, like in the shallows.
What does it look like?
Are you
Is
going
it
to go closer?
humanoid? I guess so.
Okay.
Kay's like this. You're like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would definitely have noticed that smell.
Yeah. So it's this sort of like gray, rubbery creature with like some bristly hairs on its skin. Its tail is this really big, like round paddle, and it's got this kind of like rubbery face. I don't really know how else to describe this. And anybody who's investigating the carcass can give me a survival or heal check.
oh, I guess. I'll try a survival check.
Well,
Yeah.
that was a survival, and that was 10.
I got a 15.
Can I use my healer's kit for this?
Yes. Yes.
27!
Okay.
Yeah!
Yeah, so Cedric, you're looking at it and like, because it's a carcass and you can see that you can see the insides of the animal, as it were, right? And it appears to have been butchered, with like some meat and fat having been removed and the rest just sort of like left here on the beach. Like this doesn't look like an animal attack or something. Like it looks like someone very like intentionally and methodically like cut into it and butchered off pieces of it.
Gross.
Does it look
No,
like
fair
they'd
enough.
come back for the rest of this? Does it look
Yeah,
like
is it-
they'd come back for the rest of this, or
Is it
this...
fresh? Is it-
I mean, it's fresh-ish. Like, obviously you smelled it, but it's, fishy
Yeah.
and whatever. It is, like, kind of in the shallow water. It looks like maybe the tide kind of, came up and took it off of wherever it had been worked on the beach. So, hard to say whether or not you think someone's coming back for it.
Is
Huh.
there any other evidence of like moving forward or another evidence of a trail, or is that like a dead end?
Yeah, well, actually, yeah, give me another survival checks to keep going with the trail, just to make sure.
16.
14.
17.
Yeah, you're able to continue following the trail.
All right.
You're feeling very woodcrafty today, apparently.
I mean, we're all helping each other out. I can
Exactly.
see like, oh, I saw this. Like, oh, if you look way up there, you can see that.
Mm-hmm. Any guesses as to what that creature is?
Is it a manatee?
Close.
Is it a stellar sea cow?
Dugong?
It is.
Oh,
Stellar sea cow. a
I don't know what a stellar.
kelp eater related to the manatee.
Because they're extinct.
They're extinct.
We hunted them to
Oh,
extinction in
man.
like 30 years, I think.
Mhm.
Wow.
Holy.
Yeah, just like discovery by Europeans to extinction in 30 years or something like that.
Ugh.
Might have even been like
Wow.
27 or
Yeah,
something like that.
specifically Russians. Russian fur
Why
traders.
do we suck so much?
They're very easy to hunt and eat, I think.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, they were hunted
Like-
specifically for food as people were traveling. Yeah.
Well, and especially the bigger game, I think, tended to, because A, the populations are smaller to begin with, and then they're also easier to take down, especially with a group of people.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
they
kind of amazing
reproduce
that we
more slowly.
Yeah.
right. It's kind of amazing that North American colonists didn't kill manatees. Like
Yeah.
they're so docile and like easy to
Mhm.
access and things like that. Like it's kind of impressive that we didn't.
Yeah, especially considering how often they get run over by powerboats. and
Yeah,
stuff.
Boats?
right. Like,
Yeah, I was like, we're trying real hard with the
yeah.
boats.
There's some species where it's like, I mean, it's kind of impressive we did that.
Mm-hmm. That's good, but yeah.
Yeah,
still
yeah,
a
obviously
sea cow.
great. Yeah.
Yep.
But they basically a manatee, right?
But bigger, yeah.
But bigger.
Yeah.
And living in a different part of the world. Yeah.
Now, there are still sea cows, though, right?
I mean, that's
Like
one of
other
the names
kinds?
for a manatee. I don't know if there
Yeah.
are others in that group.
Let's see. Hydrodamilus was the genus.
For both,
Uh,
or are they not congeners?
It's a monotypic genus.
Okay.
And they're all gone.
Except for
um,
manatees.
Well, no, sorry.
oh,
The stellar
okay,
sea
okay.
cow is in a.
In a
So they
separate
are on
genus.
the
Okay.
Dugongidae.
Oh, right. Dugongs are another.
Yeah.
yeah.
I just
Yeah,
said
so that's-
dugong.
Sorry, I
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
hear you. Sorry.
Yeah, so it has two genera in Dugongidae,
Mhm.
which is dugong and the Hydrodamilus, which is
Okay.
the stellar sea cow. So it was the only other genus.
Okay.
So like everything else, I think. Or no, I'm wrong. That's
No, because there's something else
ignore.
in
Yeah, ignore all that.
Hydrodamilus. Yeah.
Ignore all of that.
Oh yeah, Ducisiren. Oh, also extinct.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
We're so good at this.
Mm-hmm. If you'd like to learn more about extinct animals and incorporating them into your D&D games, check out the Book of Extinction by our friend of the channel, Lucas Zellers. I got to be one of the first people to see a new piece of art for the Book of Extinction while I was hanging out with Lucas at Gen Con. Oh man, it was very cool. I almost asked for the stat block for that creature to incorporate into this particular storyline, but I didn't want to do spoilers on Lucas's project, so go buy his book.
Fair enough. So
Go buy
yeah,
his
so there's
book.
there's the
Hashtag support.
Sirenia, which is the sea cows,
Okay.
and it has two subgroups: the Dugongidae and the Trichichidae,
Mm.
which is manatees.
Okay.
So the manatees are in a different family than the dugongs.
Okay.
Okay.
Of
Yeah,
which
the dugongs are the last ones left on that branch of the tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is a lot of. You look at the Wikipedia article there.
Yeah, I'm looking at the tree that's
little
just
cross
got
for
all the little
extinction.
crosses.
It's just like
Yeah.
they are.
That's
all dead.
depressing.
I
Yeah.
mean, they are, as we pointed out, very docile and
Mm-hmm.
easy prey, as it were. Well, we've got dugongs and manatees, so, you know.
Yeah.
But, yeah, the stellar sea cow hunted to extinction. I mean, well, yeah, hunted plus, like, habitat loss and other, you know,
Yeah.
related human-caused problems. But they
Mhm.
more specifically than a lot of other animals were, like, hunted to extinction.
Well, and the 27 years.
Hmm.
Like that's I think the just the really
Well,
impressive part.
27 years between, what, documentation
This-
by European...
Mm-hmm.
Wikipedia says discovery by Europeans.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So, like, discovery / documentation to extinction. Because I'm assuming that indigenous peoples of the northern
Knew about
areas
it.
knew about
Yeah.
them. I'm
Yeah.
assuming.
I mean,
And
it is
somehow
in,
managed to not murder them in 30 years.
I
Yeah.
mean, you know.
presumably.
Hmm?
It's in Kamchatka. It was in Kamchatka. So yeah, I mean, I assume it's in a habited area. Assume
Mhm.
there's people
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mhm.
So
Yeah. Stellar sea cow. It's really hard to describe animals that everybody, like, presumably everybody has seen a picture or, like, a video of them before.
Yeah.
But you have to describe it as if the players have never seen it before.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a fun. It's fun though, because
Yeah.
like you're sort of building it in your head. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, big round tail. Okay, I'm pretty sure I know what this is, but also, yeah, how would you explain?
It's like trying to find, like, the creature's, like, defining characteristics, right? It's kind
Yeah.
of, yeah. And I
It
just,
was like
the face, I was just like, I don't know how to describe. It's just,
Yeah.
It's almost like
Jowly.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, jolly. There's a what, Nancy?
My professor in Australia, we had like the urban wildlife project, and you basically had to pick whatever animal. I picked the water dragons, but you had to like describe it and document it as if you were the first person to ever see and describe it and document it.
Nice.
Like,
Oh,
and it was
cool.
really fun. Yeah, so you had to like document all of its behaviors and like what you thought it ate, if you did see it eating anything. I fed the water dragons granola bars because they were all over the college campus, and he was like, "What?" And he was like, "What do you think they eat naturally?" And I was like, "Oh, that's a good point."
Amazing.
I was like, "I don't know. They were bribed easily with granola bars, so very happy."
Perfect.
Perfect.
Amazing.
I could have fed them a lot worse stuff anyway. But yeah, you had to like
Dinosaur
draw it and
lizards.
you had to like annotate it and like do like a physical description of what it looked like, and it was really fun.
That's cool. What are you celebrating?
I just, in my mind, I feel like I've been doing them a disservice by thinking of them as manatees because 8 to 10 tons and lengths of up to 9 meters.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
said a huge carcass. Like,
Yeah,
They're huge.
yeah.
I mean, like, dead manatee would be a bit. I mean, like I feel like they're like the size of a cow. Like
Right.
that's a big carcass.
Right,
But,
but
like,
10 meters is 30 feet.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I mean, all
yes.
all 4 of you can sleep inside
Yeah.
it for the night if it got
Right.
too cold.
Right.
Like,
Like the
Whoa.
the
Yeah.
dugong is 3 meters long.
mhm.
Like by
Mhm.
comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a sketch on the Wikipedia page. It's got like 3 men standing next to it. One is like on it, and it's like head is roughly the size of the human torso.
Mhm.
Good lord.
I love megafauna.
Ooh.
I
Oh,
miss megafauna.
Too bad we do such a good job at murdering it.
Yep.
yeah.
Book of Extinction. Check it out.
Mhm.
Okay,
Okay.
let's
All
follow
right.
that trail.
All right. So you continue following the trail. Again, this island's pretty small, so it doesn't take you too awfully long. You are like it is fairly well into the afternoon at this point, though, because you've stopped to investigate things, and like you have been like they are still land masses that you have walked across. Like they're small,
Yeah.
but not you're still doing
Do we-
work.
Do we want to head back? I mean, it's gonna get late soon.
Well, you just camp here, no?
I mean, we could camp too. Sort of. Do we want to camp or we want to go back?
I mean, if we go all the way back and we want to see who's at the end of this trail, then we'd have to walk all this again.
Yeah.
We could set the ship around now that we know that it's like starts over here.
Yeah, except we
We
left
could
the
pick it
boat
back
over
up.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, we could like go all the way back and then get on the ship and then skip ahead to this part tomorrow.
Maybe.
Guess I'd rather just camp.
I am not very used to camping, but I think I would also rather camp because it took us most of the day to get to this point. And so I feel like walking back in the dark would be rather unpleasant.
Yeah, it might be bad. Yeah.
All right,
And
fair enough.
cold.
And cold. Yeah, let's set up camp. I'll
All
get
right.
firewood.
Okay.
Should be. Well, there's plenty of wood around. It's not necessarily good for fire. Yeah.
Okay.
I think Nautia's just gonna kind of do another just keep an eye on the surrounding area because like she's still like there's clearly people here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We still haven't introduced ourselves.
Yeah. Are you
Um,
like trying to keep, like evidence of your fire and stuff like hidden from sight, or do you not care?
I don't care. We'll have watch duty. It's not what watch duty for. Have we
Yeah.
ever cared?
Yeah. I mean, don't put it like up on a like
top of a cliff or anything like that.
Yeah.
But like maybe like put it down in a holler or something like that, out of the
Holler.
Holler.
out of the wind.
Okay.
Yeah.
Up in a draw somewhere.
I think Nadia's gonna set up her little hammock again,
Nice.
since there's trees and the ground is cold and wet.
Yep. All right. Doing anything else with your evening? Just setting up camp, hanging out?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe some rope practice.
Rope practice.
I would like to see if Arena will hunt for me.
Okay. Is this a trick that you've trained?
Yes.
Okay.
Now I have to remember how that works. I just said that and then realized I need to look up the rules on animal trick.
Cedric, you had been being taught rope stuff by Kay, correct? I feel like that's right.
But also like the crew too.
Yeah.
I can help.
Okay. Why don't you give me Kay? Give me a wisdom check. See
A
how
wisdom check.
good you are at teaching.
My wisdom is so bad. You're being taught by a snarky 17-year-old. Good luck.
Yeah, that tracks.
I rolled an 8. On brand.
Amazing.
No, you dumb like this. She does it too fast that you can't see anything.
Cedric, intelligence check to try to learn from this instruction.
Great. Intelligence, one of my stronger suits. Actually, I got a 16, so not terrible.
All right. Yeah. It's maybe not the best day of instruction that you've gotten, but you're working on it.
Actually, I think I rolled really terribly for the first couple of times that I've
Yeah.
tried, so this actually might be
this
my
might
best
be
day
progress.
so
Okay,
far.
Sure. Yeah. We might eventually let him add some ranks to use rope, but
Yeah.
today is not that day.
Fair enough.
Kay did the rope, and then she gets bored and leaves, and he just starts trying to take it apart to
Right.
see what happened.
He's saying,
Can I read you some more Stellar Sea Cow facts?
Please
Because
do.
Wikipedia
Yeah.
just has the best paragraph that has ever been written by man.
Oh, good. Okay. Well, so
oh no.
ready? Sea cow facts.
The sea cow's heart was 16 kilograms, 35 pounds in weight. Its stomach measured 1.8 meters, 6 feet long, and 1.5 meters, 5 feet wide. The full length of its intestinal tract was about 151 meters, or 500 feet, equating more than 20 times the animal's length. The sea cow had no gallbladder, but did have a wide common bile duct. Its anus was 10 centimeters in width, with its feces resembling those of horses. The male's penis was 80 centimeters long, 2.6 feet.
Incredible.
Boom. That's all the facts you need to know about the Stellar Sea
Amazing.
Cow.
I mean, so, they're huge, so they have a long intestinal
They're
tract.
big
but
as shit.
also, like it said, they're like horses in that they, they're herbivores, but they don't necessarily have, a super well-adapted gut for digesting that stuff.
Yeah,
so,
just
they
keep it in there as long as possible.
There's a 500-foot-long intestine.
Yeah, that is...
Maybe we'll get something useful eventually.
That is a
Cellulose
lot
is
of
hard to
intestine
digest.
for if you're using it for, fiber cordage or whatever. That's
Yeah.
very convenient.
Yeah. Man, though, to support, a stable population of those things, they eat kelp. So, what must the kelp forests have been like?
Oh
that
my God,
it was,
yeah.
that they were able to sustain a stable population of these enormous herbivores.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Oh.
Oh, I just remembered I have these tiny dice that I've been using for the bird.
Oh, very nice.
Adorable.
Oh, little baby.
Oh.
Yeah, this is a handle animal. I need to hit a 15. We will see how this
Okay.
goes. I have that's 5. All right. That's a 14.
Oh,
Oh, darn.
no. All right.
She brings me back some bones of a very
Yep.
tasty looking fish that she definitely just ate herself.
Yep.
She tried really hard.
She did. It was a long
Jerk.
flight. Mm-hmm. So close. Almost correct. Anything else?
I think otherwise Nadia's just gonna forage.
Okay. Forage, find some fresh food and stuff. Claude kind of hangs out by the fire. He's got a book. Gotta have a book. Sort of journaling. You all doing anything else, or are you setting watches?
I guess Kay is doing her like science journal because there's lots of stuff here, and Fletcher isn't here.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Gotta
Yeah.
sketch.
Nadia
some
would probably
plans.
sort of help, sort of point out like, oh, that's something that I haven't seen before.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta sketch plants. Sketch the stellar sea cow. We could call
We're
it.
going to bed early because I'll take third watch.
Nice. We could call it K sea cow.
Aw.
Yeah, Stellar isn't around.
Yeah, right. All right, so you're gonna take the third watch. I'm assuming it's just the three of you taking watches. You don't want Claude watching.
I mean, he can if he wants to, I guess.
He doesn't have to though. We can do
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, we kind of like bribed him out here, so I feel like we should at least let him sleep.
Okay, so he's gonna sleep. Cedric's taking third. Who's going?
I'll
first?
take
I can take
first.
this. I can take second since
Okay,
it'll be
cool.
darker.
Perception check for K.
16 plus 7.
Mm-hmm. 23.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah, that.
Okay. It's pretty soothing out here, like, you know, the whooshing of the waves against the rocks and stuff. 'Cause yeah, again, you're on this sort of like pretty small island, not the smallest of the three, but like, you know, there's not a whole lot to it, so you're very close to the water. Like, it smells like the ocean smells against the beach, right? But yeah, the sound is nice, and it's dark out here. You can, you know, look up through sort of the sparse branches of the coniferous trees on this island and see the stars and stuff. But nothing much goes amiss. Yeah. Nautia?
Next.
Next.
13.
13. Same thing for you. You don't... Nothing is up. It's just a very aesthetic night. Cedric?
This is what, perception?
Mm-hmm.
12.
12. Yeah, as the morning starts, you know, the light starts creeping over the horizon on the ocean. Again, super aesthetic. Sounds nice, smells kind of funky, but like nothing threatening going on.
All right.
Mhm.
Cool. Let's get out and find these people.
Just by way of bookkeeping, I did do create water right before we went to bed and just refilled everyone's bottles.
Smart.
Thank you.
Thanks, friend.
Claude appreciates the fresh water as well.
Hmm.
That's really handy.
It is.
Great, right?
Yeah. I wish I could do that.
Don't
it's
we
pretty
all?
Mhm.
We went through the desert and it was like gold. It was literally gold. We traded water
We
for
traded
all the
it,
things
yeah.
we
I
need.
believe it. Yeah. I mean, same thing out
Jeez.
here on the ocean, right? We can't just like get fresh water unless we land somewhere.
Mhm.
So, yeah.
You should find yourself a water method friend.
Highly
Well, it's-
recommend.
I don't make the water because I'm a water method. I make the water because the magic I can do.
Oh, yes.
Oh.
It's
Convenient
not a
magic.
method thing.
Oh.
I just assumed because
So-
like you were water, you could make water.
It's like a spigot on her chest.
Weirdly, no.
Yeah, I guess I was like, is this like pee? But it's fresh water, so I never really questioned it before, and it seemed kind of rude to ask. So I
No.
didn't. But I
No,
did
like
think about it.
the acid spew, that's a method thing, but making water is
Yeah.
actually a druid thing.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
So you need to find yourself a druid, which I think is a lot easier because
It's a lot
I've seen
easier
more
here, yeah.
druids
Oh,
than-
a person who does nature magic.
yeah.
Yeah.
Also,
Suppose
not
so.
to rain on anybody's parade, but I
Uh-huh.
can also create water.
And you
Sorry.
just haven't this whole time?
Yeah,
Yes, needed to.
she's just so much better at it.
Wow. Wow.
Good.
Also-
Or
Seems
a
exploitative.
divine, or someone touched by the divine, apparently. Cool.
I'm
Yeah.
touched
I mean-
by the divine and I can't make water.
Have you ever tried?
I haven't. I didn't.
We can ask at the next stop.
What?
Yeah, we'll just ask
We
at the
can
next
ask
temple.
about it at the next temple.
In the
Oh.
next temple.
Can I make water?
Yeah.
Are you there, God? All right. So,
I guess we
casters
keep following-
prepped their
we'll
spells.
Follow that trail.
Packed up your tents. Followed that trail. Perception checks.
15.
19.
21.
All right. You spot
you.
another rope and raft setup. The raft again is at the smallest island. And what did we get?
If we have to escape out of here quickly, it's gonna be bad.
We'll just have to fight our way out. It's fine. We'll cause a diversion, and Claude can run away.
Thanks.
That Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah.
I mean, did you even bring a weapon?
I don't.
He said when he
Apparently
came
I
with us
have
that he's not a
short
fighter.
sword and a hand axe, according to my off-screen assistant.
Heck yeah.
Alright.
I don't really use it much, but I have it.
Cool.
Oh,
the
good.
hand
I was
axe
going to offer
handy.
you a big stick, but that seems
I-
much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Hand axe is handy for chopping firewood, if nothing else.
That's true.
Yeah.
You can do a lot of stuff with a hand axe.
Or maybe we could trade it to these guys for some of that salted fish meat from that big fish back there.
Mm.
Yeah. That fish was weird looking.
It was
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah, I mean, I've like seen big fish in the
Say
market
like 9
before,
meters
but,
or
like,
something like that.
But
What's
I
a
haven't seen like
meter?
one like blubbery and like, I don't know, facey and
Facey.
stubby.
And two of you got, what
Meter.
was it,
It's
like
like-
19 and 21 or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so...
I got a 15, but yeah.
Okay, so Kay notices the rope and the raft along with the other two, but the other two of you also notice just like a thin little wisp of smoke
Oh,
from that small island.
alright. Oh, looks like there might be someone over there.
Oh, good. Nadia, go get the raft.
Alright,
Please.
I'll go get the raft, but I'm keep looking, keeping a lookout.
Are you trying to be sneaky, or are you just keeping a lookout for people?
No, I'm just keeping a lookout.
Okay, perception check.
Aha! 27.
27. You don't see anybody in the vicinity of the raft.
Alright. And I'll start bringing the raft back over.
Okay, you bring the raft back over. What's the plan?
The same thing.
The same
I'll
thing.
help protect Claude.
Okay. Are you and Claude going first or second?
What do you want, Claude?
I'm very inexperienced at this. I'll let you all decide where you think who should be when.
Cedric, want to
we'll
go
go
first
first.
again? Okay.
It's always good when Cedric goes first alone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Claude.
Okay. All right, Cedric, strength and balance.
Balance 16,
Mhm.
strength
Mhm.
nat 1.
Do we have any rerolls?
You do not.
That's
His hands
Ouch.
are like super blistered from yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
and
Do I need to roll a reflex check to keep him from...
oh no,
something?
his balance is fine. He's
Balance
still-
is fine. I just
Okay.
it's like Nadia, can you pull on the rope for me? My
Yeah,
muscles are sore.
sure.
You slept in the cold after working your muscles.
I'm all crampy.
Sure thing. I just what, roll on a
T-Rex
strength
on
check
it.
here?
Yes, please.
I don't know how to just fail a strength check like that.
14?
Okay, that's enough. Yeah. He's
All right.
whining a lot, so it's a little distracting, but you do make it across
Mhm.
eventually.
It hurts. Every freaking time.
The man cold.
I'm
Yeah,
cold,
yeah.
yeah. Mm-hmm. But eventually you deposit Cedric on the shore of the tiniest island.
Deposit.
Are you gonna be okay over
Roll
here,
him off
Cedric?
the-
Yeah, I'm fine.
I'll be fine. Just
Mhm.
I'll just leave me here to die. You just go back without me.
Poor sweet baby. I'll take the boat back over.
Okay, you take the raft back over, and Kay and Claude get on. Alrighty. Balance check. Okay. And he's doing this.
You got a 24.
A 24 for your balance? Awesome.
Yeah.
He's doing a strength check. Did you want to roll a separate strength check, or did you just want to give him +2?
To like help after seeing Cedric almost flop into the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, yeah, you can also roll strength then.
I'm not strong, but it's a +0. Great. Well, I got a 13.
Okay, so yeah, Claude is also feeling kind of sore from yesterday. Normally he stands at the wheel, which like is not a job that doesn't require strength, but like it's not the same as like, hauling things on ropes and whatever. So you do a little bit more of the work this time, but he does not fall off. So you also make it to the other side.
All right.
We'll
take a look around.
Trail.
All right. Yeah. What's your plan?
I don't know.
Is there a trail?
Follow. There's a smoke, so head in that direction, I guess.
Is there a trail?
I mean, you can look for one survival check. Again, this island is super small though. So
Yeah. 17.
yeah. Yep,
That's
you can
good. I got a
see
shipping.
this island is a little bit more sort of like tall. The other two were like fairly flat and like worn, so you walk across. This one, it's sort of like there's the raft parking spot, and then you kind of like hike up a little bit of a switchback to get up onto sort of the top of this kind of knobby little island. So yeah, you can see the switchback trail that somebody has walked a few times.
All right, let's keep going. Almost there.
Okay. Doing anything special, or are you just walking up the trail?
Perception check to see if there's people and stuff.
I think Nautia actually would sort of go ahead and fly up towards the top of it and do a perception check.
Okay. Oh, hello, Nature Claus. Thank you for the raid. Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Thanks,
Hello.
friend.
Yeah.
16.
16. And you were looking for, sorry, remind me. I got distracted.
Oh, I just flew up and I'm doing a perception check from up the top.
Yeah, so you fly around, and again, yeah, this island is like super small. And you see the wisp of smoke, and you can see these like switchbacks that goes into a little bit of trail through the tiny bit of forest that is on this island, but you don't see anything like that super, raises flags for you or anything like that.
No sign of where the smoke's coming from?
I mean, it's fairly in the center of this little island. This one's kind of loosely triangle shaped, but like, yeah, towards the middle of it. We love fellow nature-based streamers. Thank you. Yay! Yeah. But yeah, you don't see anything like immediately alarming or like, hey, that's, there's a person or whatever. Yeah.
All right. Let's keep going.
Yeah.
Continue up the path.
Okay. All right. So yeah, were you doing anything special, or you just walking?
Just walking.
Just walking?
I think just walking.
Okay. So you follow the path up the switchbacks and into the little bit of forest. And eventually, you see a camp with a smoking fire ring in the center, 2 canvas tents, and ropes strung between a few trees. Animal skins hang from those ropes. You see 3 round brown pelts with strange, kind of ovally leathery tails, 5 super long pelts, one almost as long as Cedric, with silvery gray and black fur, and a variety of the little seabirds that you've been seeing around. But the camp appears to be otherwise empty at the moment.
Hello! She shouts.
Every time.
Hi!
Nothing?
No response.
Nope.
Maybe you should wait until they get home.
Nadia's gonna
Very three little bears.
Nadia's gonna pop up again and just do another sort of look around, see if there's any sign of
Okay.
people. 'Cause they gotta be around somewhere.
Right. I'm gonna have you stay with the check that you did before, because like you haven't really done anything different. So
Yeah.
you don't notice, like, you can't see anything super remarkable.
Wonder if they're like back down at the edge by the water, or because this isn't that big.
That's true.
Yeah. Maybe they took a boat somewhere. But I mean, like, the fire's still smoking, so it's not like they've been here today. So maybe they'll come back. Like, they obviously have to come back. Look at their stuff is here. So like, I feel
mean,
like
they
we should
could just be
hang
out hunting, I guess.
Is there another path leading out of the camp?
Make a survival check.
All of us, or just Cedric?
Anybody who's looking.
20.
It's 11.
Well, perfect.
11.
I also got a 20.
20. All right, yeah.
Yes.
So the two of you sort of like look around, and so the trail that you've been following was pretty well established between these like little rudimentary plank bridges over some of the low areas, and just like it looks as though it's been walked a few times. From this campsite, you don't see any like super well established trails like that, but you do notice what appears to be like, you know, a few trails leading away from the campsite in different directions. You don't know what the like intent or purpose or whatever of those trails is.
One of these
without
leads to
following
the
them.
latrine.
Exactly. Like they go to wee trees and stuff, but they could also go other places. Don't. But yeah, you'd have to follow them in order to figure that out.
I just say we wait here until they get back.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's gonna be awkward to just be like,
Yeah,
hey,
like,
we're in your
maybe.
camp, but like,
Yeah, but if we don't take anything,
yeah, maybe let's just like sit not near their stuff. How long are we gonna wait though?
I don't know. Like, they have to come back before sundown eventually, right?
I
Maybe.
suppose.
What all exactly are you trying to gain from this? Claude's just
Oh,
sort of
we
looking
were-
around like,
Yeah,
We were
because this just
hoping-
looks like a few people.
yeah.
Well, we were hoping that maybe we could like trade or like buy some like food off of them, because like our ship rations are not doing great after we donated some supplies to a good cause and got
Understood.
stuck. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
So
we
like, and obviously they like know how to hunt this stuff around here and like could tell us like which stuff is poisonous or not poisonous. So like, I feel like, I don't know, I feel like we could just like learn stuff.
Okay. I'm down to learn. You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, buy stuff would be
Yeah.
probably easy, good policy.
Yeah, they had
moving
those like
forward.
weird spear things under their boat
They
over
did.
there. Like,
Yeah, maybe they
Like,
have
that
some
looked-
more of that gray fish meat.
yeah, exactly.
Oh, the,
I mean,
the
not-
big,
again-
from the big thing.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
the big thing. I mean, clearly they've got enough food if they just left the rest of it there.
I guess.
Yeah. And we could like dry it out or something, so we could like have it better
I feel
than
like somebody
dry
should have
beans.
kept a list of how many different things Cedric turns into jerky on this show.
Yeah. Well, it's less fun to make jerky when you can't eat it, though.
Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm making granola bars and
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
now.
He's
Yeah.
making vegan jerky out of like plant rinds.
Mm.
It's just like nuts mushed together. It's just what.
There's a peanut butter.
Yeah.
All right, so you're just hanging out here.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so. We'll wait for a little while. I mean, we can't stay here that long, so, but.
I mean, why not? We could just camp here.
Yeah, but I mean, like, eventually we have to leave.
Well, yeah, but eventually they're gonna come back. They're not gonna leave their like animal skins out here to get eaten by, I don't know, a bigger animal.
Yeah, I mean, unless they're dead somewhere. Maybe they're lying in a ditch.
Yeah, maybe. Well, I don't know. We should wait a while. Anyway, I have like stuff to document. She like pulls out her notebook.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, are you documenting anything in particular?
I guess like the camp and like the weird skins with the tail. Any like kind of plants or trees or stuff that's around.
Okay. Yeah. So you spend a few minutes sketching. What are the other 2-3 of you doing while she's doing that?
I'm
Do I
taking a nap.
recognize the other pelt at all? Does that look familiar?
Give me a nature check.
17?
So it's long and kind of streamlined. And its tail is sort of, long and straight. Well,
Yeah.
not super long, but yeah, it's got a not a weird round leathery tail like these other things that are hung up here. It reminds you of like a weasel or like a river otter, but way bigger. And like the
Okay.
color is wrong. It could be something like that. Yeah.
Kay also looks for stuff that she could possibly make an umbrella out of, like some nice sticks.
Okay. I wasn't sure if
Yeah,
you meant
there's
like
a lot of
looting the
wood.
camp, but like
No.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, beaver pelt is probably a great thing to make an umbrella out of.
Right? Yeah.
Mhm. Probably people made hats out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Cedric, are you doing anything special?
I am taking a nap.
You're taking a nap. Okay.
Amazing.
So
So I am taking something from the camp.
so Claude is sort of just like sitting on the ground next to Cedric, who's fallen asleep. Nautia, I guess you're just sort of like hanging out.
Yeah, just kind of keeping an eye out.
Yeah. And Kay is like sketching the pelts, and you hear a crunch of a twig under a foot.
Mm-hmm.
Hi, we're
and-
friends. Please don't shoot us. We didn't take anything. We really didn't take anything. If we were gonna take something, we would have been gone by now. And we're still here, so we like really didn't take anything.
On brand. Very
I love her
K.
so much.
Roll a diplomacy check for me.
Yes.
Oh, good.
Our party ambassador.
18 plus 6.
Oh wow! Okay.
Amazing.
All right.
So 24.
Okay.
She like has her hands up with like her journal and her pen in her hand.
Did you turn
I'm
around yet, or you're just
Yeah,
like this?
she's
Yeah.
like, I'm just taking. I've never seen this skin with the tail before, and so I've been making a science notebook of stuff I've seen.
That's all right. I didn't
That
think
guy's
you'd
sleeping. It's fine.
taken anything. And I think that's where we'll call it for tonight.
Amazing.
We can pick up with this meeting new people, new friends interaction next time. Ooh. Yay! Awesome. We talked about all kinds of cool stuff today.
Yeah.
We did.
Sea cow anuses was my favorite.
Come for the game, stay for the butthole side.
Yeah.
Sure. We talked about
Sure.
whales in general and killer whales specifically. We talked about stellar sea cow.
We talked about whales and genitals and
Hey.
Yeah.
Can't talk about nature science stuff without talking about genitals sometimes. It's just the way
Amazing.
it is.
Yeah.
You know.
We actually talk about genitals less than we should, I think.
I think, yeah, I agree
a
with
science-oriented channel. Yeah. We
Yeah.
should fix that. We should talk about barnacles next week.
Mm-hmm.
Or week
Okay.
after next, right?
Sure.
Week after next? That's
I
our next
don't
game?
remember.
After
Let's,
next,
when are we doing
It's
things?
not next week. I think it's the week
It-
after.
yeah.
Where's... I have too many tabs.
The 11th.
The 11th. Yeah, okay. So, I know that the schedule says next Sunday there will be a nature chat, but that is a lie because I am treating myself and going to apparently the largest Ren fair in the world
Oh,
Yes.
so fun. I
with
want to go.
a friend of the show who was brought up this evening, Andrew,
Nice.
and some other podcast friends. So we're not doing a nature chat next week because my co-host and I will be otherwise occupied. But I was thinking about maybe this week or next week doing a stream from my lab, so you can watch me sort bees and I'll talk about bugs or something. I don't know.
fine.
I'll
Nice.
figure it out. Figure out if I can make my laptop and a camera work together nicely for that. But yeah, otherwise the 11th is our next Arda, and then the 18th will be a nature chat, and then the 25th will be Arda. And then I guess we should figure out what our fall schedule will be for streaming.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've got coming up in the near future. Don't forget that if you are at all interested in treetops and terrasques and coming to Ecuador with Nancy and myself and Sharif, who has been on the show before, the guardian of the desert temple, and Jasper William Cartwright, one of the 3 black halflings. He's in a whole bunch of things, but Sharif and Jasper and myself will be the dungeon masters for this super cool D&D adventure in the rainforest. So yeah, definitely sign up for the mailing list if you're at all considering it, because that gives you the opportunity to get more info and also gives you priority to book one of the spots if you want to, and it's cheaper if you
And
do
it's
it
cheaper.
that
Yay.
way. We like cheaper. But even if you don't get early bird pricing, this whole thing is more days and less expensive than going to do D&D in a castle. So what's not to like?
And in a cooler place.
And in a
I'd
cooler
argue.
It's definitely a cooler place. Yeah.
Not that the UK and a castle isn't cool, but like the
whatever.
rainforest.
Come on.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I want to go back. Yeah.
Go see stuff you can only see there.
Exactly. Some things you can only see there. Anybody else got things to plug? They're all shaking their heads. They're like, we're just surviving right now. It's a
I
mood.
am.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pushing through to the end of field season.
Woo! Me too. But yeah, don't forget, you can also see me as a player instead of a dungeon master over on the First Watch. I'm gonna go do a recording of that now. But yeah, I guess we will see you all in 2 weeks. Thank you so much to the Raiders and for everyone else who hung out this evening. We love you so
friends.
much, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.